You are listening to South Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll-free, dial 1-888-GO-KANE 1. That's 1-888-GO-KANE 1. And now, here's Steve Kane.
All right, good morning, everyone. Yes. Indeed. Welcome to the program. It is 3 minutes after the hour. My name is Brian Craig. And, of course, you are listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. On the radio since 1977. My name is Brian Craig. It is Monday, March 21st, 2022. And boy, oh boy, do we have a lot of craziness going on that we are going to talk about today. I will later on talk about the Trump event that I went to on Saturday, which was spectacular. I did document that experience on my YouTube channel, Brian Craig on YouTube. I made a YouTube video, a vlog of my day at the Trump speech, which was amazing. We'll talk about that later, but you can check that out on my YouTube channel. But this is from Trending Politics. You know, the situation in Ukraine, oh my goodness. Things in Ukraine are heating up, and they're heating up bigly, as President Trump would say. There are U.S. boots on the ground in Ukraine. You heard me right. There are U.S. boots on the ground in Ukraine. This is from Trending Politics. There are new reports about U.S. Special Forces operators doing operational prep of the battlefield in Ukraine. Seth Harp, who's an investigative reporter and contributing editor to Rolling Stone, revealed the operations yesterday. U.S. special operators are currently on the ground in Ukraine doing operational prep of the battlefield, according to a well-informed source. Harp, this is the Rolling Stone reporter, reported citing, quote, well-informed sources. The military unit is JSOC's Advanced Force Operations, which include members of Delta Force and SEAL Team 6. Although Harp from Rolling Stone said, do not presume this is an escalation. This should not necessarily be perceived as an escalation in Ukraine, Harp added. Small teams routinely penetrate foreign countries to do covert work, not fighting, as part of contingency planning. These are denied operations, by the way, by the U.S. government. But no, this is... their denial from the U.S. government is meaningless. This guy's sources seem pretty strong. So we have U.S. boots on the ground in Ukraine. And this is just the beginning. This is something that we're just going to have to accept at this point. It's not a matter of if we should get involved in Ukraine. It's not, at this point, with this story, it is not even a question of should U.S. troops be in Ukraine. They are there. We are already in Ukraine. I've suspected this for a while. I've been talking about we just can't give these people this equipment without U.S. personnel there teaching them and showing them how to operate it and possibly even operating it themselves. But why would U.S. Special Forces be on the ground in Ukraine doing operational battlefield prep if they were not prepping for some type of U.S. presence there? But we do have U.S. combat troops in Ukraine, according to this story from Rolling Stone. And anytime you have, the entire country is a war zone at this point. When you have U.S. forces on the ground like this, it is only a matter of time before something happens to one of them, accidentally, or they get involved in something. So I think you very well may be hearing this story first on this program from me right now. So I want to throw this out to you because there is an old phrase when it comes to war talk. We talked about this a lot during Iraq, because there was a big division in this country about U.S. involvement in Iraq, Gulf War II, Operation Iraqi Freedom. And the rule of thumb that most people talked about prior to U.S. involvement on the ground there in Gulf War II, 03, was, okay, once American boots are on the ground, debate is over, right? You debate the war. Should we be involved? How should we be involved? Should we be involved at all? But once U.S. boots are on the ground, you stop that because you got to support the troops. And if you're not, So I want to ask you guys this question. This story is true. I have no reason not to believe it's true. This reporter from Rolling Stone seems very well connected, and he did tweet this, and he's got the blue check mark on the Twitter and everything. So he's a credible mainstream source, and my guess would be that this information was leaked to him so he could spread it out on the Twitter, do a little reporting, and get the dialogue going like we're doing this morning to get the American people accustomed to it, as opposed to, some big announcement from the White House. This is what they do, the boiling the frog, analogy, if you're familiar with that. If you're not, well, I'm not going to explain it to you right now. But this is just to get us used to the idea of it by leaking this story through the Rolling Stones guy. I've got some questions for you about this, and there's more, too, because Zelensky has made some very troubling moves over the weekend that we're going to talk about, too. Now that we have SEAL Team 6 of all units, right? The team that got bin Laden, and we know what Obama did to SEAL Team 6. With SEAL Team 6, Delta Force, and other Special Forces U.S. personnel on the ground, combat units, combat personnel, they may call them this, they may call them that, they'll call them anything other than combat troops, but they are what they are. Like in Vietnam, they called them advisors. But with combat troops on the ground in Ukraine, what do you think we should do now so far as debate? It's happened, and the reason they would be there would be to do operational prep work for a larger U.S. force. I know NATO's the United States, but for a larger U.S. presence there. Is the time for debate over this over? If we have boots on the ground, is the time for debate over so far as U.S. involvement in Ukraine? Should we support the action because we have boots on the ground and we want to root for, of course, the Americans? I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. Our number is toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. That is a toll-free call from anywhere, no matter where you're located. 888-GO-CANE 1. That's K-A-N-E and the number 1. Because we're getting to that point. There's a point when you have U.S., regardless of your position, this is the begin. This is how the buildups happen with these advanced units. So, if there are the advanced units there, and I'd like to hear your thoughts on this as well, is it time to accept that there's going to be a U.S. military presence inside of Ukraine? And if that happens, what's the MAGA position on that? We're pro-military, pro-police, and all that stuff. So now we're in a whole new phase here. We're in an entirely new phase here with this story. I saw this story yesterday, and I didn't do anything about it on YouTube. I didn't podcast about it because I wanted to wait. I wanted to give it overnight to see if there were any developments to debunk it, and there have not been any. So it is, at this point, I consider it to be confirmed. All right, so let's take some calls here before the first break. My name is Brian. This is the Steve Kane Show. Flo Rida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977, celebrating 45 years on the radio this year, the Steve Kane Show. You're on the air. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. David from Tamarack.
David from Tamarack. What's up, David?
I kind of think that the boots on the ground sort of don't really count unless the United States government admits to it. If they don't admit to it, they're like ghosts. I mean, if they, God forbid, something were to happen to them, they're going to deny it, deny it, deny it, deny it. So.
Well, no, but the story's true. So we have, okay, but you know, listen, Biden, anything from Biden is going to be lied. There are U.S. combat personnel in Ukraine. I believe this story. I think that the White House, the Pentagon, they leaked this story to this Rolling Stones guy to slowly get it out there to get people accustomed to the concept of it. So they're there. Now that we have boots on the ground, what do? Do we support? Are we not supporting the troops if we are opposed to U.S. involvement? We have U.S. troops there now.
I hear you, but this sort of, in my opinion, they don't count unless the government says that.
Well, the government says that the laptop's not real. So I can't, what you're asking me to do is go by what Biden says.
Well, he's a liar, and
there you go.
Very well be on the ground, but they don't count until they.
Well, you may say that, but I think to their families they count.
Yeah, I know. I don't mean it bad.
I know what you mean. All right, listen, I appreciate the call. Early morning in Tamarack. You may be the first. I don't know. They probably get up early in Tamarack. A lot of old people there. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike from Louisiana.
Hey, Mike from Louisiana. What's up?
You know, yeah. I mean, look, we've had the warmongers talking about this for the last couple of weeks. You know, and now that we have the boots on the ground, I don't care what the last caller said about, you know, if the government admits it. I don't care about that. They're there. This article is there, and Rolling Stone is still in. People may discount Rolling Stone and stuff like that about it being just all about music and this that and the other, but it's still a part of the media, you know. And so if they're saying they're there, you know.
Yeah.
The information on the laptop is real, you know, and I've always said this. First and foremost, this whole thing with Ukraine and the Bidens is about corruption, but it's not just Biden. I think there are more than Biden has some corrupt deals in Ukraine.
Well, you know, but I want to kind of focus in on what we got new. There are U.S. military personnel. There are U.S. combat troops on the ground in Ukraine. So they're there. So this is a reality, okay? It's a reality. I'm not going to wait for Psaki and Biden to confirm it like the caller from Tamarack. They're not real until the government confirms it. If we went by that standard, nothing would be real, you know? So now that and I do believe the story, and it's being reported in multiple sources now. So now that we have U.S. military personnel, U.S. boots on the ground is the phrase, what do we do now? Do we support U.S. military action in Ukraine? Because if not, we won't be supporting the troops. What should we do now?
I mean, that's a hard question to ask. I wasn't far going in anyway, but again, I got to support the troops somehow. So what can I do? You know, and that's the thing. This is a hard rock and a hard place for people. The American people did not want to go in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, we're there. We're there. We're there now. We're there.
One thing I got to tell you, Brian, I recently ordered some my slippers.
Oh, which ones you get?
I got the leather ones. The brown leather ones. You know.
Yeah.
Here's what happened. Somehow, after I got them.
Mm.
And so I put the slippers on, and I walked around a little while on them, and then all of a sudden I took them off, and the pain was gone.
Wow, that's amazing. That's an amazing story. Yeah, I've heard it. I've heard a lot of people. I wear my pillow, my slippers around the house all day, all night. That's pretty much all I wear and I wear them out and about too. And they are so comfortable. It's like walking around with my pillows on my feet. They're very comfortable. And I have the fur-lined tan moccasin my slippers, but those are the ones you have. Yeah, I think I might order a second pair. I might order a second pair of the slip-ons, and because sometimes I'm a little lazy, so maybe the slip-ons be a little easier, and have a second pair. But they are so comfortable, so soft, so perfect, and they are. Let me double check here on the prices. The My Pillow My Slippers, which make great gifts for Mother's Day, for the mother on your gift giving list. The My Pillow My Slippers, yes, indeed, they are 50% off with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane at mypillow.com. That's 50% off the My Pillow My Slippers at mypillow.com. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879, promo code Kane. Well, that's awesome, Mike, so I'm glad your feet are feeling better, man. Listen, I got to run, but take care. We'll talk next time. If you're on hold, stand by. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig, back after this break.
Attention seniors and those who care about them. How would you like to have instant access to a Medicare advocate at the touch of a button? You can.
Debbie, the chat's going too fast for me to scroll back, so if you post the link right now, I will pin it to the top of the chat.
Problems, plan benefits, Medicare applications. They'll even help when you're in the hospital. I Will Advocate clients are family, and they go to bat for their family when you need them the most. Let them be your golden guardians. Contact I Will Advocates right now online at iwilladvocates.com or call them directly, 954-345-1214. No matter where you're located throughout the state of Florida or nationwide, 954-345-1214. 954-345-1214.
Is Debbie still in there? Because I can't find the link in the chat. I don't have a lot of time. I don't want to miss it again.
Results in 15 minutes. Any lab test now evoked is located in the Sandalwood Plaza, where Western Beef is, south of Palmetto Park Road and north of Hillsboro on the east side of 441 State Road 7. Call 561-237-5009. Any lab test now of Coral Springs is located on the southeast corner of University Drive in Ramblewood, near the Coral Square Mall in Coral Springs. Call 954-906-5983. Make sure to tell them you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show.
Hi, Tom Laporta here from Laporta Contracting, Roofing and Building.
I am cutting my coffee in half again starting today, and I'm going back to my thing of water a day, which I gave up months ago. I am like so dehydrated.
Roofs, from asphalt, clay, and concrete, standing metal seam, flat roofs, and slate tile systems. Our building restoration offers complete envelope protection to include...
You know, it's not showing up, Debbie. I don't know why I'm not seeing it.
And painting. Laporta Contracting serves single-family, multifamily, HOAs, and commercial properties. Call Laporta Contracting today for a free evaluation and estimate, and go...
For some reason, I'm not seeing it when you post it.
Customer videos at laportacontracting.com. Our number is 954-604-4602. That number again is 954-604-4602. And thanks for listening to the Steve Kane Show.
No, I don't see the link either. Okay, it's not just me. Alrighty, we're back 22 minutes after the hour. My name's Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. If you're just tuning in on this Monday morning, welcome. But we have reporting now from more than one source that there are U.S. boots on the ground in Ukraine. Now, they're going to call them everything else. They're going to call them advisors. They're going to call them this. They're going to call them that. But we have Delta Force, SEAL Team 6, and others on the ground in Ukraine right now. So what I'm asking people specifically about is, what do we do now that boots are on the ground? Are we obligated to support U.S. military involvement in Ukraine? Because now it's happened. It's happened. So let's go to the phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Yeah, anybody can post links. I don't know why.
Ralph from Louisiana.
Hey, Ralph.
How you doing? We're being manipulated into the fact of getting into this war.
Well, we're in it. What I'm trying to deal with now is, I know this is probably the first time 99% of you have heard this, is from me this morning, it's not a matter of whether or not we should have military involvement in Ukraine. With this new report, we have combat troops. We have armed military personnel in Ukraine today.
I wish we didn't do that.
Well, we're there, so we got to deal with that.
So what are you asking? If I agree or disagree?
No, I'm not asking if you agree or disagree. I mean, I don't think we should have U.S. military personnel in Ukraine, but we do. So, there is an American tradition on the right. On the right, liberals don't care; they have no traditions and honor. But the conservative position has been, when it comes to military action, debate prior to a military action is fine. But once we have boots on the ground, the debate stops. Support the action to support the troops. That has been the rule of thumb for conservatives for as long as I've been around. So now that we have U.S. boots on the ground in Ukraine, what I'm asking is, and what they're doing, according to the Rolling Stone reporter, is doing operational prep work, which would mean prep for a larger U.S. force to come in. So they're in the combat zone. And it's only a matter of time before they're in a firefight or something. So now that we have boots on the ground, is the time for debate over Ukraine over?
Should be.
It should be.
I think, you got boots on the ground. Yeah, I support the military. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. I come from a military background, my family. So I agree with the military. I hope the best for the military if we get in that situation.
Well, we are in that. We are in that. We are in that situation.
Well, let me finish. We are in that situation. I don't like the situation. I'll take the situation under protest. But since they're there, I definitely do support the troops' safety. And I do. I agree with that. So I think a lot of people are going to understand that. We don't want them there, but we're going to.
Well, and we've all heard reports for the last 2 weeks that there has been a U.S. military presence buildup in Poland, right? So it's very possible these U.S. service personnel that are doing operational prep work in Ukraine, it's only a matter of time before we have a larger force there. So I'm really asking, now that we have boots on the ground in Ukraine, which it is true, this is the way it is. It's not whether or not we should or shouldn't, they're there. Is the time for debate over okay.
I do. The troops are there. I support the troops because they're there. There's no doubt about it. But just to end it at that is very difficult because people are going to get hurt, and I think another bad decision has been made because of it.
Well, Biden only makes bad decisions. He never makes good ones.
And you know what? It doesn't cost his life. I agree with you on the fact that they're there. There's nothing we can do about it at this point. And the decision's wrong, but that's not the point. Why they're there, we need to support the troops. So their momentum and the confidence is we support that.
Yeah.
We don't want to do what Vietnam did.
Exactly. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, so we're in a bit of a, I don't know, position here.
And that's the scary part of the whole thing. Yes, we support the troops. We hope whatever they're trying to accomplish, they do it well and with very little casualties. Mm-hmm. But the way our country is so divided, I'm afraid that it can turn into a. Mm-hmm. That's a possibility, and so that's part of the combat too. So it's not just boots on the ground; it's the whole scenario of combat. Mm-hmm. Propaganda, and we just don't want that. But I wish the troops the best. Delta and SEAL teams, they're
Yeah.
Hopefully they didn't get stuff done just using them.
No, they're doing that's not what they're there for. Hey, listen, appreciate the call. Thanks so much. Now let me read this story again. This is from Trending Politics, which is a very credible conservative online news source, trendingpolitics.com. There are new reports about U.S. Special Forces operators doing operational prep of the battlefield in Ukraine. Seth Harp, who's an investigative reporter and contributing editor to Rolling Stone, revealed the JSOC operations Sunday. He did this on the Twitter, by the way, and he's a blue checkmark guy on the Twitter. U.S. special operators are currently on the ground in Ukraine doing operational prep of the battlefield, according to a well-informed source. Harp reported, citing a well-informed source, the military unit is JSOC's Advanced Force Operations, which includes, but is not limited to, Delta Force and SEAL Team 6. So, I know some of you may say, I saw somebody in the chat, oh, you're Rolling Stone, what are you talking about? See, this is what they do. When they don't want to come out and have Jen Psaki come out or have an announcement on NBC News, breaking news, they don't want to make a big deal about it. U.S. military personnel, boots on the ground, U.S. boots on the ground in Ukraine. Now, what they do is they do it through, more fringe sources. They leak it out through more fringe sources so that it circulates out there and people get used to the idea before it is in a mainstream source, a mainstream publication. This is what they do. So the question I have on the table is, now, what do we do now? What do we do right now? Is the debate over Ukraine over? If we have boots on the ground as conservatives, is the debate over? Yes or no? 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call. That's right. 888-465-2631. Do you want to look and feel like you did when you were young? This is for both men and women, by the way. Who doesn't, right? Who doesn't? If you want to feel good, look good, get your sex drive back, get your energy back, get your mind back, your memory back, your cognitive abilities back. If you want to reverse the signs and symptoms of menopause, you can do it. Give Dr. Mitch Matez a call over at the Bio Station. It's a completely free consultation for those who will mention that they heard him on the Steve Kane Show at 561-320-8893. 561-320-8893. I'm a patient of Dr. Matez. I have been for going on 6 years now. Hormone replacement pellet therapy will change your life. It'll turn you from Biden into Trump. I saw President Trump Saturday speaking here in Fort Lauderdale. He looks younger than he did when he was in the White House. He looks great. And you look at Biden, boy, it really highlighted how bad Biden is. Yeah. Hormone replacement pellet therapy would turn Biden around. We still wouldn't agree with anything he does, and he'd still be an evil, corrupt jerk, but he would have energy. He'd be his old self. He'd be standing up tall. He'd be able to walk. He'd be able to talk. His eyes wouldn't be closed all the time. Hormone replacement pellet therapy is a life changer, and in women, it completely 100% stops and reverses all of the signs and symptoms of menopause in women. Night sweat's gone. Mood swings gone. I know. It's amazing. Give Dr. Mitch Matez a call at the Bio Station, a completely free consultation. 561-320-8893. 561-320-8893 for Dr. Mitch Matez at the Bio Station. All right, give him a call and take advantage of that free consultation.
Do you think you've come in contact with someone who has coronavirus? Steve Kane's wife wife Lori did, and she went to Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs to find out if she has coronavirus.
So I came into contact with somebody who tested positive for COVID, and I was scared, and I needed results right away, so I went to Any Lab Test Now in Coral Springs. It was great. I didn't want to have to stay in line for 2 hours and have a swab stuck down my nose into my brain. It was very pleasant. I made an appointment. They got me in within the hour. I was out of there within 20 minutes. Thank goodness the test was negative, and I can go back to work tomorrow.
What am I doing?
Me for the antibodies.
Where is that article?
So do what I did. Go over to Any Lab Test
Talking to
Now in Coral
myself.
Springs. They give great rates for Steve Kane listeners, and tell them we sent you.
It's worth 15 minutes of your time to have peace of mind and know that you and your family are safe. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs is located at 955 North University Drive on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood near the Coral Square Mall. You can call them at 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any Lab Test
VW, $5 super chat. Thank you. Link is in my Twitter for Debbie. Okay, I'll look in just a minute.
561-237-5009. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. Attention seniors, protect yourself and your loved ones from losing your hard-earned assets to the government, attorneys, and greedy in-laws. You are invited to attend Attorney Barry Siegel's Living
What, did my wife post the link in my Twitter? Or did you message it to me?
Trust plans are not created equally. Find out why at Attorney Barry Siegel's free Living Trust Seminar. To make your reservation for this free Living Trust Seminar, call the Siegel Law Group right now. Toll free.
Okay.
855-FLA-3782. 855-FLA-3782. Seating will be limited, so call now to reserve your seat. 1-855-352-3782.
I'll put it up there in just a minute. I can't do it all at once here. Oh, what is, I got 1 2 1 2. Uh-oh. I got dead air here, Rich. 1 2 1 2. Okay, I don't know what's going on. What is happening? 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Hold on. Rich! My mic's not working. Hold on. Rich, my mic's not working when I put it on.
I know nothing. Call William Yargerman. They've got all the answers on these things. But there's two things I want to ask you about. I've heard from people. One, pre-33 gold. Do you deal in pre-33 gold?
Absolutely. We've made a market in 1933 gold since 1969, or 67 actually, and that's one of our specialties. We do deal a lot in the old U.S. $20 gold piece.
You gotta be careful.
And as well
Plug
as
in,
gold coins from prior.
Plug in that mic and let's see if I hear something on that.
Fair market. In fact, we had somebody at price our get a quote on our price, and they were one amazing.
Tap it.
Over $500 per
Yeah, I can hear that.
than what some of the marketers are selling pre-33 gold for. So that was an eye opener. The TV,
The mic?
TV ads,
I guess the mic's not working.
huge markups on pre-1933 gold.
Plug that one in.
There's no reason to pay that kind of premium. We have it in stock for immediate delivery.
I'll have to check it out after the show.
Paying listener.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that only are like exclusive pre-33 gold. That's amazing. $500 less. Yeah, but I'm sure the TV guy are limiting it to 5 coins per call at this point. Now listen, William Youngerman, the number 1-800-327-5010. 1-800-327-5010.
I hope that mic's not trash.
Online, WilliamYoungerman.com. The address 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca, on the first floor of the Bank of America building, just east
These
of
headphones
US
suck.
1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto. All right, that's it. All right, take care. Take care.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WW.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. My regular microphone just stopped working, so we had to hook up a new microphone, and I'm using the headphones I'm using. I think these cost like these are very expensive headphones, if you're using prices at $18.90. I think I'm wearing a pair of $6 headphones. I don't know, but the headphones are awful. All right, guys, let's go back to the phones. My name is Brian Craig. You're listening to the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning.
Yeah, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Bird from Georgia.
All right, go ahead, Georgia.
All right. With the president and vice president making executive decisions and doing things like getting us boots on the ground in Ukraine, is that an impeachable?
No. What's the crime?
Treason, really.
Tell me where the treason is. I'm not agreeing with the troops being there, but where's the treason?
I mean, well, the troops there's no direct declaration of war.
Did we have a declaration of war in Afghanistan and Iraq and Vietnam and Korea?
Well.
Yeah, when's the last time there was a declaration of war? The Second World War, I think.
Okay. But basically, there's nothing we can do about it to get them out of office.
No, I mean they're there. I mean that's what I'm talking about. I know this is a bit of a shock to people because I know you're hearing it first here from me this morning. But we have U.S. troops on the ground in Ukraine. Okay, it's been reported. So you can't just impeach. Listen, they got a lot of problems and there's a lot of crimes involved. In the Hunter Biden laptop details Joe Biden's crimes and a lot of detail. But the troops on the ground are not an impeachable offense.
Okay, well.
I mean, they're there. So what I'm asking is, from a conservative viewpoint, what we do now. Do we is the time for with troops on the ground, even though they're advanced special forces teams, they're doing prep work, battlefield prep work, it's reported, which you only do if you're bringing in a larger force. So now that we have U.S. service personnel in there, they are in harm's way, setting up an operation to fight against Russia. So my question that I'm asking this morning is it time to end the debate over the war between Russia and Ukraine now that we have boots on the ground?
Well, I tend to agree with the last caller that said that we can question it, but still support the troops.
Okay. Well, question it how? How do you question that? I mean, no. If you're, this is a situation that is the first time this has happened for conservatives that I can think of off the top of my head. Maybe somebody else can think of another, but I don't recall conservatives speaking out as a group against a military action that we were involved in.
I don't remember one either.
Yeah. And I know for a lot of people, I was talking about this the other day, about Michael Savage and myself with this frustration. What I'm sharing with you this morning, I know isn't sinking in with everyone because you haven't seen it on television yet. And you're hearing it first now. So it's something I know people, you haven't fully processed it yet, So I think that's where a lot of hesitation's coming from. I found out about this yesterday. I've had over 12 hours to process it, and I got my head fully around it.
It's definitely shocking. With all that he refused to let the Polish send in the aircraft, but he sends in an advance team to prepare have the battlefield?
Well, it may be for part of that reason. We had some calls last week, and I have read some things about this, that Ukraine doesn't have a facility to handle those aircraft, to land them, to maintain them, to fuel them, because of the Russian domination of the skies. Maybe that's what part of this advance team is doing. I don't know. But I think with this story, I think it's safe to assume that there's going to be a massive U.S. military presence very soon in Ukraine, wouldn't you? I mean, why else? Prep work would get dated very quickly.
Agreed. And it means we're going in. I mean, it definitely means we're going in.
Yeah. Well, we're in. We're in. We have boots on the ground now. It's not a matter of if we will go in. We're in. And I remember with the debate in Iraq, conservatives were very clear that, because liberals were opposed to it. This is the 03 Gulf War II. I'm talking about the WMD, time. That once troops are on the ground, the debate should stop and will stop. That if you're not supporting the military action once boots are on the ground, we don't want them in the ground, we want them on the ground. If you don't support the action once American boots are on the ground, you're not supporting the troops. Back in 03, conservatives, that's what conservatives were saying. So here we are almost 20 years later, and we're in a situation now with boots on the ground in a conflict that we believe we should not be a part of.
It is a definite...
I mean, these troops that are there right now, Delta Force, SEAL Team 6, and others, okay? What happens if they get fired upon by Russians? They're armed to the T. That's why they're there. And this, it's not just special forces. There's other personnel there too. So what happens if they get fired on by the Russians? They're going to fire back, aren't they?
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, they have the right to defend themselves. I mean, absolutely.
Yeah. So if we're not supporting the action, I'm asking you, I'm asking everyone in this audience, and please call and share. If we're not supporting the military action now, are we not supporting the troops since we're there?
It's definitely something that needs to be resolved. And we're going to have to, we have got to support the troops.
Yeah.
No matter what. It puts...
Yes, Caleb.
It puts the Republican Party in a definite...
Well, we're in a position now that, this. I'm processing this on the air with you guys. I've not fully formed my thoughts. I haven't got my mind around all of this yet either. I'm processing it live on the air with you and the listening audience. We're in a different situation today than we were on Friday.
Oh, definitely. I agree with you there. And all I can say is we need to pray, and pray for our troops, and pray for our country.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thanks for the call. All right. Okay. Looks like we got the microphone. I really hope that this headset microphone of mine is not fried, because I've had this for a long time, and it's a good microphone. But I'm not using it now. I'm using another mic. I'm using the headset microphone as headphones, because the headphones that are here are just no good. All right, listen, we're going to take our last break of the first hour. Our number, toll-free, 888-GO-CANE-1. If you're just tuning in, it is being reported at Trending Politics and Rolling Stone that there are advanced teams of U.S. military personnel in Ukraine, Delta Force, SEAL Team 6, and others, that we have U.S. boots on the ground doing operational prep work, is what's being reported inside Ukraine right now. And this is where we are this morning. All right, let's take that last break. Come back with your calls. We have a lot more to talk about too. Our number 1-888-GO-CANE-1. The calls so far this morning have been pretty darn good, I must say. Great calls. Great additions to the discussion. No doubt about that. We'll be right back.
this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business 30 years at the same location and offering...
Yeah, my mic just went dead. It could be fun. I got to test it after the show.
Whatever car or truck you have, I can get you incredible deals on any tire.
I don't like to use... Got to sanitize this mic. This is the same kind of mic I use at home.
9445. I will give you a price over the phone on new and used tires. Again, my number is 954.
I just can't move around as much when I have this mic. That's why.
Thank you.
That's why I don't like it so much.
Hi, Tom Laporta here from Laporta Contracting, Roofing, and Building Restoration. We survived the 2021 hurricane season. Now it's time to get your building envelope ready for the next season.
Biden did it.
Laporta Contracting installs all
Biden did
kinds
it.
of roofs, from asphalt, clay, and concrete, standing metal seam, flat roofs, and slate tile systems.
I stopped using this. My wife got me this.
Offers complete envelope protection.
Daily water consumption. That's what you're supposed to drink by 11, but since I get up so early, it starts at 7 a.m. I'm trying. So I am cutting my coffee back in half and moving to this. Slick Pickles, $2. Super chat, thank you so much. Now, I pinned the GoFundMe for Debbie. Sadly, Debbie's mother had passed, and Debbie has put together a GoFundMe to help with the, with the expenses, the funeral cost, etc. for that. So if you can, donate if you're able to. Yeah, I think it might be my mic. It just went dead. Well, I'm using it for the headphones because those headphones suck. But we'll test it after. Yeah, there was nothing. There was nothing in this, you know. Yeah, so. Yeah. Buy a Bose headset. No, Bose doesn't really work too well with the radio board.
Well, thank you so much. And you know, with the promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E, on the MyPillow foam mattress, 30% off, and you get 2 free MyPillows with that, as well as a free set of 100% cotton Giza Dream Sheets, and free shipping with the promo code Kane, K-A-N-E. Well, that's a great story, Gary. I appreciate that, and thanks so much. And he's a good MAGA guy there, Wisconsin Gary, with his MyPillow mattress, 30% off. With the promo code Kane, you get 2 free MyPillows, a free set of the 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets with the promo code Kane, and free shipping. That's amazing, right? You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for
Alrighty, welcome back, everyone. It is 9 minutes before the top of the hour. I'm Brian Craig. You're listening to the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. Welcome back, everyone. Okay, so so we have U.S. troops on the ground in Ukraine. That's just a reality. Okay, that's just a reality. So we're at a new level here with U.S. involvement, and we're in a new place so far as the public debate goes on the issues. You know, there's a lot of troubling stories over the weekend coming out about Zelensky. This is from the Times of Israel. Ukrainian's President Zelensky orders the suspension of activities of 11 political parties with links to Russia. The largest of them is the opposition Platform for Life, which has 44 out of 450 seats in Ukraine's parliament. So he has banned 11 political parties, including his chief opposition in Ukraine. And the chief opposition that they have, I don't know how many seats are total in their parliament, but he has just banned a political party that has 450 seats in the Ukrainian parliament. He says they have Russian ties. I don't know. You don't know either. None of us know. All we know is what we're told, because we don't know about in this country, no one knows about the different political parties in Ukraine. That we just don't know. So, you know, they're going to be called Russian linked, Russian backed, Russian sympathy, whatever, Russian connected. They're gonna throw Russia on everything. He's also not only has he banned the opposition parties in Ukraine, which we didn't even, in this country during our Civil War, Lincoln had to run for re-election. The Democrats who were leading the Civil War had a candidate. He's also done this, Zelensky, over the weekend. Zelensky announced on Saturday that Ukraine is combining all national TV stations into a singular platform in an effort to combat Russian disinformation. The new platform, named United News, is a national security measure, according to Zelensky. So Zelensky has banned any opposition politically, banned opposition political parties, and also taken control of all media outlets inside Ukraine and merged them into one under his control. He says the other ones are Russian linked. They're saying everything's Russian linked that they don't like, and you're just supposed to accept that. And, I was talking last week about how Zelensky was dressed with the beard and the green clothes, and I was asking callers, does he look like Fidel Castro? And maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, but he sure is acting like Castro. He's taking control of the media. He has made the media completely under his control, has discontinued all other media that is not in agreement with him. There's no dissenting voices in the media in Ukraine. He has outlawed the opposition political parties, including the main opposition, with 450 seats in the Ukrainian parliament, saying that they are all connected to Russia and Putin. Now, that may be true. It may not be true. I don't know, and you don't know either. Okay? All we're going to know about this is what Zelensky tells us, what CNN or Fox tell us. We just don't have no one in this country has really a historical or even a basic this week understanding of different political parties in Ukraine. A lot of people are going to pretend to be experts on television today about the different political parties, and I'm very curious to see what the media reaction is to him taking control of the media. There is no media that is not under Zelensky's direct control inside of Ukraine right now. Yesterday afternoon, I mentioned this on Friday, that Zelensky's television show is on Netflix. And I watched the first episode of it, and I watched the last episode of it. And it's kind of like The West Wing. In fact, even the logo for the show, I can't remember the name of the show, so you guys can look it up on Netflix if you want to watch it. But the last episode on Netflix ended in a cliffhanger, and I don't know if it was the last episode of the series or if it's the last episode that's available to us on Netflix in the United States. But the Zelensky television show, if I can find it, no, I don't have. I'll look it up again. I'll find out the name. The Zelensky television show, he's a guy who, out of the blue, he becomes president of Ukraine to fight corruption and whatever. The last episode of the show ended in a cliffhanger, and like I said, I don't know. There's over 20 episodes on Netflix. I don't know if this was the end of the series or if there's another season. We don't have the ability left, but in the last scene, he gets a phone call from the Russian president, and he says, "Who, Putin?" And they say no, and then he gets on the phone, and you don't know who he's talking about and what's going on. So, but it seemed from the cliffhanger of Zelensky's television show that part 2 of the cliffhanger is like real life now. It's become a reality TV show, which is the war in Ukraine. That television show of Zelensky's, where he plays the president of Ukraine, is not all that old. It's just a couple years back. Art imitating life, yeah, but it to me, it's almost like these rich billionaire Ukrainians or whoever else, Russians, that are opposed to Putin or something, or maybe not opposed to Putin, I don't know. but they saw his performance on this Ukrainian television show and just decided to make him the president for real. Because I only watched the first and last episode, but he came off all right in the last episode. His acting was pretty good, and he seemed presidential. And it's like he's literally been cast into this role, and this is not just a coincidence that he played the Ukrainian president on television, and now he's the real president. This is just, this isn't a show from like 10, 20, 30 years ago. This is like recent, the last couple of years. It's very weird. And when you look at his actions over the weekend, banning the political parties that oppose him, even though they have 450 seats in the parliament, one of them. So now he has complete control of the parliament. There's no political dissent at all in Ukraine. He has done away with all the media except those that agree with him and combined everything into a state-controlled media operation. I don't know if he physically looks like Castro or not, but he sure is acting like Fidel Castro, isn't he? Good morning, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Sam from Houston.
Oh, Sam from Houston. Wow. That's a good name for Houston. What's up, Sam from Houston?
With respect to those boots on the ground in Ukraine, the Republicans in the Senate need to make an official statement that he has violated, Biden has violated his authority as president. He can't do that. Just to make it public that we oppose what he's...
The Republicans in the Senate, you might get an isolated person, like a Rand Paul, but as a group, not going to happen. You're not going to find, if we lived in the world of should, things would be a lot different, but we live in the real world, and the Republicans, once this story becomes mainstream, you're getting it early here, but once it becomes mainstream, U.S. military personnel, boots on the ground in Ukraine, you're going to see a big tone shift from, you're not going to hear criticism from the mainstream Republicans about this once there's U.S. boots on the ground, which there are right now as we speak.
Well, I kind of disagree. There will be some.
There'll be random people like Rand Paul, the great Marjorie Taylor Greene, Madison Cawthorn, a handful of others. But as a group, they're going to say, once boots are in the ground, we support the troops.
Yeah.
And the troops are working for Zelensky.
This is just another example of how he has violated his...
Listen, presidents use their role as commander-in-chief to send troops all over the place, all the time. They've done it since the Second World War, and they're given lots of latitude with that. That's the way it is. Hey, listen, thanks for the call, Sam from Houston. I got to run for our break. It's 7:01. You're listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. My name's Brian Craig. We'll be back with hour number 2 after this.
We've got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Be right back,
Good
guys.
morning, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Stacy from Deerfield Beach. This is in reference to Champagne Automotive. I went over there. They're wonderful. I have a Kia Optima Eco Hybrid. When I called, it needed service. I didn't want to bring it to the dealership because they would charge me through the roof. And basically, when I did call, they said bring it in the next day. He's amazing. He did everything. He didn't overcharge me. He went through my car, and I would recommend anybody to go to him. He's absolutely amazing.
Well, Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca, they do great work, and I want to thank you for calling. And I learned something about Champagne Automotive Repair from you in this call. I did not know that they actually did repairs on hybrid vehicles.
What had happened was when I brought it to the dealership, they were like, well, we want to do this, we want to do that. And when I heard about Champagne Automotive, I called. When I got there, and I said, he goes, well, I already ordered the oil filter.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. And so
I put a link that's pinned to the top of the chat. There's a GoFundMe from Debbie. Everybody knows Debbie. She's very active in the chat room, has been for ages. Her mother passed away, and she put together a GoFundMe to help pay for the funeral expenses. So if you can, click on that link and donate if you can. If not, that's okay. Don't feel obligated if you can't. But if you can, please do. My wife and I donated yesterday.
My name is Stacy, and thank you very much, Champagne Automotive, and thank you very much, Brian and Steve.
For Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca, 561-245-8101. 561-245-8101. Do you suffer from neuropathy? Maybe you do and you don't even know it. Do you have numbness, pain, burning, or tingling in your hands and feet? Muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching? Are you not sleeping? Does it feel like pins and needles in your hands and feet? Maybe you have no feeling at all. The symptoms can make life unbearable, but there is help at the Lighthouse Medical Center. Call 754-222-6642 for a no-charge consultation and say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. 754-222-6642. Online, lighthousemedicalcenter.com. Attention seniors, protect yourself and your loved ones from losing your hard-earned assets to the government, attorneys, and greedy in-laws. You are invited to attend Attorney Barry Siegel's Living Trust Seminar. It's free and will be held Tuesday, April 12th from 2 to 3 p.m. at the South County Civic Center in Delray Beach. All living trust plans are not created equally. Find out why at Attorney Barry Siegel's free Living Trust Seminar. To make your reservation for this free Living Trust Seminar, call the Siegel Law Group right now. Toll free 1-855-FLA-3782. 855-FLA-3782. Seating will be limited, so call now to reserve your seat. 1-855-352-3782. 1-855-352-3782.
You are listening to South Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll-free, dial 1-888-COCAINE. That's 1-888-COCAINE. 1.
Alrighty, 5 minutes after the hour, my name is Brian Craig. You are listening to The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. On the radio since 1977. Well, yeah, that's right, long time. 45 years on the radio this year, The Steve Kane Show, and still going strong. All right, so we got a lot of new information out of Ukraine over the weekend. Zelensky has banned opposition political parties. They're banned now. He says they're Russian-connected, Russian-backed, sympathetic to Putin, including the main opposition party, which has 450 seats in the Ukraine parliament. And what we don't know about that is, does that mean they lose their seats? Or they lose their vote? What does that mean? If you are in parliament elected from the political parties, there are 11 of them, I read this morning, that Zelensky has banned, do you lose your seat in the parliament? So do you, or do you lose your vote in the parliament? Do we have one-party rule under Zelensky, which we didn't have in this country during the Second World War, the Civil War, or any other conflict? There's always been elections and political debate during the darkest times in this country. So we have one-party rule in Ukraine today. Zelensky also over the weekend seized control of all media and put all Ukrainian media on whatever platform they're in, newspapers, TV, online, whatever it is. Zelensky has seized control of all media in Ukraine and put it under one umbrella under him. There's only one political party and one news source in Ukraine right now. Yeah, like in the days of the Soviet Union, one party and one news source, Pravda, the government. And, of course, the big one we've learned over the weekend, it has been reported that U.S. military personnel are on the ground in Ukraine. They are doing special forces operators from Delta Force, SEAL Team 6, and others doing advanced operational work, which means they're paving the way for a larger military presence. So a lot going on involving Ukraine And now that we have boots on the ground, what I've been asking people in the first hour to comment on is the debate over Ukraine, so far as we're concerned as conservatives, over now? We have boots on the ground. Are we obligated to support the troops by supporting their action? And their action is fighting against Russia. I mean, that's the situation we're in now. So I want to hear your thoughts on this. This is the number to call in, toll free from anywhere, 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call, 1-888-465-2631. You're on the air. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. It's Andrea.
Hey, Andrea.
Well, I'm going to say something really unpopular right now, and I'm totally good with being the villain on this. But the reason why we're in this situation is because of people like Richie and Steve, who were so emotionally manipulated by the media that they couldn't see through any of it, and they cheered this guy on like he was some kind of hero. And that is the hard truth. And once people stop being so knee-jerk and try to move past
I don't do clickbait.
What you're going to see is a trail of money, because I can bet you dollars to donuts that we're going to be funneling money into Ukraine for years to come, and then when something pops off in Russia, we're going to be the ones to help them rebuild. In the meantime, our politicians are treating America like a toilet.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. Our troops should be at our southern border.
Yeah, but they're not. Okay, but you know, I hear you. And but here's the deal. We have U.S. military personnel, combat troops in Ukraine right now as we speak. So what do we do? I was using the example. I don't want to go back forever. I'm going back to Operation Iraqi Freedom, Gulf War II in 2003. Before we were involved, there was a big debate in this country between Republicans and Democrats. Republicans and Democrats all said, now this changed after fighting started, but Democrats and Republicans all said, once we have boots on the ground, the debate over whether or not we should be in Iraq is over. And the war in Iraq in 2003 started the same way as this little story today. I remember talking about it on the show at the time. Being the longest running radio show, we've got a lot of history, with sadly multiple military conflicts sometimes. And I remember the war in Iraq started just like this. Advanced operational team, special forces, doing advanced prep work, like's going on right now. And when that happened in 2003 during the Iraq War, conservatives said, time for debate is over. Our troops are there. We've got to support the troops. And to support the troops, you've got to support the military effort. So here we are in Ukraine. What do we do?
I think it's disgusting. It should have never happened. But again, the media's been ginning.
Yeah, but it did happen. We have U.S. boots on the ground in Ukraine. They could, right now as we're speaking, they could find themselves under Russian fire in a situation where they'll have to get in a firefight. So it's not about should they go. They're there now. So now that they're there, do you support the troops, which I'm sure you do, and support their effort to be victorious in Ukraine?
I want our troops home. That's what I...
Yeah, but they're not. They're there. And there's been a huge U.S. military buildup in Poland. And these advanced troops, they're saying they're doing operational prep work, obviously, are for the U.S. and our NATO allied forces that have been building up in Poland.
Well, now you're going to see...
Of course, Tim.
In the United States, what your political class is really made of. I mean, nobody can say that they're shocked that Joe Biden lied and said, we will not engage.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that how this whole thing started? Russia started moving troops to the border.
Yeah.
You know what? This is what I can't take about these Republicans,
no, this is not clickbait.
Democrats, these people who are fanboying over Zelensky. This is not our border. not our problem. We have given them everything that they've asked for except for the aircraft. We have funneled millions of dollars in there, and it's still not enough.
Yeah, but this is... I'm opposed to any U.S. military involvement in Ukraine. I've been very clear about this. And now that Zelensky has made these insane dictatorial moves over the weekend, there are no oppositional political parties or news sources in Ukraine. He has outlawed it. One-party rule, one media message in Ukraine, all under Zelensky. So, this is dictatorial power, this is like Mother Russia. This is like Soviet Union. But we're there now. So, the discussion you're having is Friday. Now on Monday, we have the story that U.S. troops are in Ukraine. We got to deal with that. They're there. And as conservatives, we always stand behind the troops. So what I'm asking is, now that it's happened, is the time for debate over so far as U.S. involvement in Ukraine? We're there now. We're involved.
Well, yes, because just like always, the American people did not have a say.
Well, when have we had a say in a military operation? Did we have a say in Grenada, Beirut, Iraq, Afghanistan?
Isn't that the problem?
Even in the Second World War, Korea, Vietnam, Spanish-American War. When did we have a say?
We don't, and that's what the problem is.
Yeah.
It says. We do not. That's what the problem is.
Mm-hmm. But they are there. Hey, Andre, appreciate the call. Thanks so much. This is a difficult... I know this is difficult. I'm not happy about this. By the way, this is true. It's been reported. If you're on hold, stand by. Let me pull up the story again. It's in Trending Politics, okay? This is in Trending Politics at trendingpolitics.com. There are new reports about U.S. Special Forces operators doing operational prep of the battlefield in Ukraine. Seth Harp, an investigative reporter and contributing editor to Rolling Stone, revealed the JSOC operation Sunday. He did this in a tweet, and he's a blue checkmark Twitter guy. U.S. special operators are currently on the ground in Ukraine doing operational prep of the battlefield, according to a well-informed source. Seth Harp reported, citing a well-informed source. The military unit is JSOC's Advanced Force Operations, which includes, but is not limited to, Delta Force and SEAL Team 6. And I know a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, Rolling Stone, I'll go." This is what they do. They don't want to come out with a breaking news sounder on NBC News or Fox News telling you this. They want to put it out through more fringe sources, so by the time it's in the mainstream news, the American people are already accustomed to it. So it's like no big deal, Okay? And this is exactly how military operations began in both Iraq and Afghanistan. I remember it clearly with the advanced operational forces doing the prep work that's going on now. And in Iraq, I remember it like it was yesterday. There was a big debate, like we've been having the last few weeks about Ukraine. There was a big debate before we got involved in Iraq. And conservatives and even Democrats said, once boots are on the ground, the debate ends. So what I'm asking you is this question. Now that we have boots on the ground in Ukraine, is it time for the debate over it to end? We're there. And you know what? These boots on the ground, most of them are Republican, MAGA people. These are the elite people in the military. So that's what I'm asking you at 1-888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Mark Pompano.
Mark in Pompano. What's up?
Yeah, Brian. For about the past 3 weeks, the reception is so bad I can hardly.
Well, last week with the clock change. Well, we're on the clock change, which started last weekend. We go to our AM 1470 signal. We go up to 50,000 watt. The radio. This is a 50,000 watt station during the day, right? And when it's dark, we're at half power, which is 25,000 watts. And when the clock changes and it gets lighter later, we go to high power later in the morning. And every month we'll go to high power, I think a half an hour earlier each and every month on AM 1470. Well, well, that's the way it works every year. Every year it works like this at every radio station. Believe me. That's one of the reasons I don't like the time change. Not just because I like it lighter earlier, but that's one of the reasons I don't like the time change. But there are other ways to listen to us. No, it's been a week. I know it seems that long, but it started with us on Monday because that's when the clocks changed last weekend. So it started when the clocks changed. Because of what I told you. I know. Well, there's other ways to listen. Can I go over them with you? Okay, well, we're on 2 FM stations as well, if you're in the range of those. Okay, well, there's other ways. There's other ways. You can listen to us on the iHeart Radio app, which mostly that's how I listen to the show on my way in the morning. I have the iHeart Radio app on my phone, and I listen on my radio over Bluetooth on that, searching for us by our station call letters WWNN. The iHeart Radio app, WWNN, our station call letters. You can listen to us that way, and or you can listen on my YouTube channel, Brian Craig on YouTube as well. But it's like this This is the main reason I don't like the clock change is because of what you're telling me about on AM 1470. It used to be a bigger problem for us. Now that we have all the internet stuff, it's not as much of an issue as it used to be in the olden days. But this is the way it is on every radio station in the country.
I'm telling you, it's worse now than it was before.
Well, I'm telling that.
Past 3 weeks.
It's been a week. Okay, I can only explain it to you so many times. All right, take care. I mean, what am I going to do with it? I appreciated the effort, but I'm giving him the information. All right, listen, I know. Why do you think I'm so, I like it lighter earlier because I'm up earlier, but the main reason I don't like this clock is because of that. But we are on other places, not just AM 1470. You can hear us on 95.3 FM, 96.9 FM. You can listen to us on the iHeart Radio app, searching for our radio station call letters, WWNN. You can also listen and watch on my YouTube channel, Brian Craig, and there are other ways too, but those, Brian Craig on YouTube, those are the other ways that you can listen to us. Back before we had all this internet stuff, when the clocks would change, it was awful. Now I don't really notice it as much because we have other ways, but that's the way it is. All right, if you're on hold, stand by. We'll take our break. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. Back after this.
Attention seniors and those who care about them. How would you like to have instant access to a Medicare advocate at the touch of a button? You can for less than $1 a day with I Will Advocates. I Will Advocates will assist you with doctor appointment scheduling, pharmacy issues, billing problems, plan benefits, Medicare applications. They'll even help when you're in the hospital. I Will Advocate clients are family, and they go to bat for their family when you need them the most. Let them be your golden guardians. Contact I Will Advocates right now online at iwilladvocates.com or call them directly. 954-345-1214. No matter where you're located throughout the state of Florida or nationwide. 954-345-1214. 954-345-1214.
This is Janet Cimarelli, licensed nutrition counselor. I have more than 30 years experience counseling people, and I've traveled throughout Europe, United States, and Canada for nutrition education from the experts around the world, all to be able to give you the very best health information for my clients. You can see me, Janet Cimarelli, licensed nutrition counselor, by appointment at AJ's. Call 954-317-1851 and see the changes you can make in your health with nutrition. 954-317-1851. 954-317-1851.
Hi, my name is Tom Laporta, the owner of Laporta Contracting, Roofing, and Restoration. We have been in the roofing and construction industry since 1982. We are State of Florida certified roofing and general contractors focusing on residential and
If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Everyone, please like the video.
The 2021 hurricane season is upon us. If you have noticed any water stains on your ceiling, or if your roof is older than 15 years, you will want to call us to come out and evaluate your roof. Our services run from minor repairs to complete new roof systems. We install every kind of roof, from regular asphalt shingles, clay or concrete tiles, standing metal seam, wood shakes, and slate tile systems. Call us at 954-604-4602 for a free home inspection and estimate. Again, that number is 954-604-4602.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWNN.
Alrighty, welcome back. You're listening to Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977, celebrating 45 years on the radio this year. My name is Brian Craig. Welcome back, everyone. And for those that are just tuning in, let me do a recap because we've got a lot of breaking news this morning. And one, we have U.S. boots on the ground in Ukraine. That's just a fact. It's out there. I know you're hearing it first from me this morning. It was broken on Twitter by a blue check-marked Rolling Stone reporter, and he was very specific that it's an advanced operation team that includes, but is not limited to, Delta Force and SEAL Team 6. And so we have military personnel, boots on the ground in Ukraine. That's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. I mean, it's not whether or not we should. Today is not about whether we should be in Ukraine. We are. It's happened. So we're in an odd situation right now. Yes, they are there. They are there with the approval of Joe Biden. That's the only way they could be there. So that's it. That's it. They're there. We're there. So we're moved into a new debate right now, and we're kind of in this strange position because what I'm sharing with you has not been reported by the mainstream media yet. And until things are reported in the mainstream media, a lot of people, it's not real to them yet. I remember I was talking about this last week. But this is real. I wish it wasn't, but it's real. So where does the debate go now is the question I'm asking. Do we support the troops? We have troops on the ground in Ukraine. By supporting the troops, which I know every MAGA person supports our military. If you're supporting the other side in Ukraine, you're no longer supporting the U.S. military. Is that correct? Yes or no? And I want to hear your thoughts on that. At 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. We got some other troubling news about Zelensky himself. Zelensky has banned political oppositional parties. There are 11 of them. This is being widely reported, including his main opposition, which currently holds 450 seats in the Ukraine parliament. So we have one-party rule now in Ukraine. Zelensky's party. He says the other ones are Russian-backed or connected, but we have one-party rule in Ukraine right now. Third story is that Putin in every form, television, radio, print, and online, all media is now consolidated into one media unit under his control. So we have no opposition political party, one-party rule. We have no free press. There's one media outlet now. It's all been consolidated into one media outlet under Zelensky. One party rule, one media outlet. Pravda, might as well. Pravda 2. Pravda, the new generation. But we have U.S. boots on the ground there. So what do we do? 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. You're on the air. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Nick, 46 in North Florida.
Nick in North Florida. What's up, Nick?
Yeah, look, you keep asking, do we support our, of course we support our troops. It's conservatives, we don't particularly, I don't support the clowns that we got running our country right now, but we always support our troops, and I just find it hard to believe that we don't think that we had operatives over there already.
Well, we thought. I mean, I've talked about this. I've guessed. I mean, we're giving them high-tech weapons that but now we know. Now we know that there are U.S. combat troops in Ukraine. Now it is confirmed that we have U.S. combat troops in Ukraine. So now what?
I'm not naive enough to think that we didn't have them over there.
Yeah, but we do. But we do. Before it was speculation. Now we knew. So now that we have boots on the ground, those of us that believe that the U.S. should not be involved militarily in Ukraine, other than giving aid, weapons, and things, what do we do now? Is the debate over?
Oh, we wait for the media to tell you exactly.
Well, I'm the media. I've got this story early.
But I'm not saying you, because you ain't the one putting out the stories that they're there to start with.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got to get these same people to tell us.
So you want to you want to put off dealing with it until it's on Fox and CNN and stuff, and then you'll deal with it.
You know, that's exactly what Geraldo Rivera did when he was over there. Tell everybody where everybody is, everything that's going on.
I'm not telling people where they are specifically. We have it is being listen. This is out. This Rolling Stone reporter that sent this story out yesterday, okay, over the weekend. This is at the direction of the White House. This is their way of getting the information out slowly, so it doesn't seem like such a big deal.
Oh yeah, well. It's the same thing we got right now. We got a bunch of incompetent people running our country. And just what we need is to send. And I'm sure we'll end up sending gold.
Well, what's being reported is this is an advanced operational team of combat personnel that are doing operational prep work for a larger force to come through, which of course are the soldiers that are sitting over in Poland right now.
Right. And what we've been hearing for a month that Putin may use chemical weapons or nuclear weapons, or he might attack Poland or hit Poland. And if he does, well, that means we got to go in there and fight.
Yeah, but it looks like we're going to have it doesn't. If Putin does A, B, and C, we're going to have to go in and fight. That's a discussion for last week. We have the troops there now. It's been confirmed. So it's not a matter of if this happens, we're going to do this. We're there. It's confirmed. Who knows? What if they run into a situation? If they get fired upon, they will. Yeah.
Sure. Well, I mean, we're preparing for Putin to attack Poland. We know that.
No, this isn't Poland. This is Ukraine. All right. Hey, listen. Thanks for the call. See, what I'm hearing on the phone is a lot of, denial is what I'm hearing, particularly from that last caller. Hearing a lot of denial, not one. Well, I don't want to deal with it until it's on, Fox, and then so I'm just going to put off the inevitable. No, I mean, we're not going to put this off. This is a fact. We have boots on the ground in Ukraine. It's not a debate. We have boots on the ground in Ukraine. This is where we're at right now. This is what we're dealing with. All right? So I'm not going to wait till it's on CNN and Fox and be in denial until that happens. 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Eddie from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Eddie, what's up?
Radio guy. Listen, I wanted to call you and talk to you. Just do me a favor and tape or record wherever you got that information from. You're saying Rolling Stone or whatever.
TrendingPolitics.com. TrendingPolitics.com. Go there right now. TrendingPolitics.com. They've had this story up since yesterday. It's a conservative news source.
It's not fact.
Yes. Well, what do you need it to be a fact?
I'm worried. You're a Republican, and you have a nice radio station and everything, and your broadcast is back, and you're going to wind up creating a problem for yourself, Brian.
Oh, by reporting the news. It's in TrendingPolitics.com, and an investigative reporter from Rolling Stone is reporting this as well. He's also tweeted about it, and he says he has a well-informed source that is giving him this information.
Also say that maybe those guys are in there to try to find actual safe routes for the humanitarian part, and not so much.
See, what I think's going on is what I'm hearing from the callers today is a lot of denial about the situation, so you can continue to debate it. Yeah, you even threatened me. Oh, you're going to get in trouble, Brian. Report to you. You said, oh, you're going to get in trouble, Brian. Well, oh, no. Oh, I had to hit the dump button. I'm using a different mic today. My regular mic failed me this morning, so I'm using a stationary mic instead of my normal headset. So there's another action I got to do when someone uses the profanity. But we got it. Okay, listen, if you're on hold, stand by. There's an opening on the board at 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. You're listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. Our number is toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. Back after this.
Brian Craig here. Conservative Doug called me up live on the air.
Be right back,
to tell me
guys.
about his experience at Friendly Tire.
I two bow ties in the back of my Infinity. I called them up. I always check prices first. Half the price of everybody else.
Half the price? Half the price at Friendly Tire. Wow.
Half the price, and not only that, his tires, which the tires I was looking at had any mileage guarantee. His is 16,000 mile warranty. So they're not only half the price, but the price is good.
So you're a repeat customer over there at Friendly Tire. You bought new tires, right? So you bought new tires, because they also sell used tires, starting at just $30 for most sizes. But you bought new tires, and they were half the price at Friendly Tire than at the other tire shops around town. That is phenomenal, and came with a 60,000 mile warranty on the tires. That's great. And of course, Friendly Tire, they never charge you to mount the tire, balance the tire, or dispose of your old tires. The price that they give you are out the door and on the road. And
Rick, everybody should go there. I don't know how anybody can buy tires anyplace else. This guy is the best prices.
That's right. That's right. Listen, give Friendly Mike at Friendly Tire a call. His number, 954-977-9445. He'll give you a quote right over the phone, 954-977-9445. Online, friendlytire.net, or you can just stop right in. The address is listed at stevekaneshow.com. 5415 Northwest 15th Street in Margate, and that's just a little north of Coconut Creek Parkway on the east side of 441 State Road 7. Well, Conservative Doug, thanks so much, and I'm glad you got such a great deal on your tires at Friendly Tire in Margate.
Attention seniors, protect yourself and your loved ones from losing your hard.
If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Everybody else, please like the video if you're already subbed.
You are invited to attend.
Now, I put a link there, pinned at the top of the chat. It's a GoFundMe for Debbie. Debbie lost her mother a couple of days ago, and she's put together a GoFundMe to help cover the funeral expenses. My wife and I donated yesterday, and if you can, please do. If you can't, that's okay. But if you can, please donate.
Toll free 1-855-FLA-3782. 855-FLA-3782. Seating will be limited, so call now to reserve your seat. 1-855-352-3782. 1-855-352-3782.
Dr. Matez here from the Biostation West Delray. Many of you are familiar with the famous erection injection, an extremely effective treatment for erectile dysfunction made popular right here on the Steve Kane Show. I'm here to tell you that the erection injection is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the extensive array of treatment options now available at the Biostation West Delray. Our custom compounded products yield combinations and dosages that increase the efficacy of Viagra and Cialis greatly. We also offer treatments that can correct the problem at its source.
The first half of the water is easy. This is a day's worth. When you get down here, it gets a little more difficult. I'm so dehydrated, though. I might go through this during the show. I don't know.
Options all available in one place, the Biostation West Delray. If you want to correct your erectile problems once and for all, call us at 561-320-8893. That's 561-320-8893.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for
All right, 38 minutes after the hour, it's the Steve Kane Show. Steve will be joining us after the top of the hour break. There is only one opening on the board at 1-888-GO-KANE 1. 888-465-2631. We now know this morning that there are U.S. troops on the ground in Ukraine. That's what we're talking about this morning. So is the time for debate over U.S. involvement there over now that boots are on the ground? And what I've been hearing from the phones this morning, we've been taking a lot of calls from very interesting people since 6 a.m., but what I'm hearing is a lot of denial. 2 people have told me, well, I'm going to wait till it's in the mainstream news. Now, all of a sudden, MAGA got to wait for the mainstream news for something? There's a lot of not wanting to... I understand you're hearing this first here, okay? And there's a lot of denial going on, though. So let's go to our phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning.
This is Thomas. I'm here in San Antonio. How are you doing?
Thomas in San Antonio, Texas. I'm all right. How are you?
Doing very blessed, sir. Doing very blessed. Finally getting a little bit of rain here, which we desperately need. I'm a 2-time combat veteran, and my brother was a combat veteran there in Vietnam. We both have experiences where the media exposed our mission, exposed our location, and it really irritates me that this agency has identified if our troops are truly there, which is a strong possibility because we have had troops there training the Ukrainian army for a long time. But it really irritates that they've compromised their...
Well, we're not giving out, it's a big country, Ukraine. You know, it's like the size, Ukraine is about, Ukraine is like the size of Australia.
I understand that, sir. I've actually been generally in it.
Okay.
So I probably know, anyway, but it just really, because there doesn't show, NBC showed up to our location under a gag order because we were in a classified location and our mission was totally classified, but General Horner allowed them the opportunity.
Oh, this happens all the time. I mean, Obama got SEAL Team 6 killed, after the Bin Laden raid, these idiots. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
He identified that our wonderful top several.
Yeah, but let's talk about what we're dealing with. We're not giving out top secret military locations here, but it is being reported that there are U.S. combat personnel doing advanced prep work inside Ukraine. We have U.S. boots on the ground. So where does this is exactly what happened in Iraq before major combat operations happened. So where does the debate go at this point? The debate typically ends, according to conservatives, once boots are on the ground, and now we're there. So what do we do, debate-wise?
In that scenario, I just honestly wish they wouldn't have identified that our guys are...
Yeah, but they shouldn't, and I wish, but they did, and it's done. So we got to deal with what we got here.
Because we were hit 2 weeks less than 2 weeks after Desert Storm, because our location...
I understand, but we're not giving out locations. All right, I appreciate the call here. I'm not giving out locations. I don't even know locations, other than Ukraine. Remember last week on the show, like Thursday or Friday last week, I was talking about a frustration that I've had over the years that I've heard Michael Savage talk about, that a lot of times Savage, and I've had this happen, when I heard Savage say this, I was like, oh, I'm not alone here. There's someone who relates. A lot of times you get news and information like I have this morning before it's in the mainstream press. And people don't want to, as much as conservatives, as much as MAGA say, screw that Fox News, I don't CNN are traitors, it's fake news, fake news, fake. I was at the Trump rally on Saturday. We were all yelling fake news. And now what I'm hearing is, well, now, we shouldn't really talk about this until the fake news media confirm it. Well, yeah, come on. Come on here. You want me to lie to you? And this isn't, listen, I'm not over there in Ukraine uncovering this. This is being reported by Trending Politics, which is a credible conservative news source. It is sourced by a Rolling Stone blue check-marked investigative reporter who says that he has a very credible source that have given this to him, and I know it came from the White House is doing this, so that you get used to the idea. But now all of a sudden you want to wait for the fake news media? Come on. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, yes. This is Sandra calling from Indiana.
Hey, Sandra.
Yes, I totally agree with you. And I feel that now that this has happened, it is leaving the door open for China to head to Taiwan.
Absolutely. When you say you agree with me, what are you agreeing with specifically?
I don't believe our troops should be in Ukraine because I don't want it to look like Afghanistan.
But they are there now. That's the new information. So I agree. I don't want any U.S. military. Give them a. I saw President Trump speak Saturday night here in Florida, and he said he would like troops not to be there, but we should give them aid so far as military aid, weapons and things. I'm for that. But now we're in a new stage now. Now they're there. Now we know that we have boots on the ground. It's not whether or not they should be there. They are there.
But I've always had this saying that America is always the first place other countries come to for help, but yet we are always the country that gets spit on. And how many countries do you think on your hand would come actually defend America if we...
Well, when we were attacked on 9/11, the whole world came to our aid, pretty much.
That really surprised me, but that was...
Well, it happened. It happened. The world was on our side. In fact, even Gaddafi in Libya was on our side after 9/11.
But that was 20 years ago.
Well, okay, so maybe you want to rephrase your question. Other than the times when the rest of the world has come to us and supported us, other than the times they have not and supported us, only the times they have, and you were very specific when we've been invaded. That was the attack on 9/11. There was a greater loss of life than at Pearl Harbor. It was the greatest loss of life on any attack on this nation, and it was worse than Pearl Harbor, not just in the number of dead, but also it was a completely civilian target. At least Pearl Harbor was a military target, not civilian. So, and the world came to our aid. And
now that we have an incompetent president in office, and other countries do not respect us.
Yeah.
That they would come to our aid if anything happens.
Well, I don't know, but maybe. I don't want to find out. I don't want to try that theory out. But right now, what I'm hearing from you and other callers, no one wants to deal with it. You all want to wait until the fake news media that we all don't trust confirm this.
I don't trust our government anymore, period. And
all right, listen, thanks for the call. Good morning, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. How you doing?
Good.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Brian. Thank you for giving us that information because I knew it. He was going to do it because this is his way or, once again, betray the American people. Don't listen to the real people. And as I've listened to Fox News and all of that, that would be my last resort to listen to anything they got to say. So thank you for bringing that to us and letting us know, yes, truth is on the ground. And I feared this last week that they was going to do that. They was going to put truth on the ground.
Yeah, we've all suspected it. Like the one caller. Well, we already knew this. There's a difference between suspecting something and having a confirmation of it and knowing for a fact. But the common theme with callers today I'm hearing is denial. They don't want to deal with it because conservatives, which all of us who are MAGA are conservative, we support our military, we support our troops, and there's no way we're going to take a position against the United States military being victorious in a military operation, even if we didn't support it originally. And I think a lot of my MAGA brothers and sisters don't want to be put in a position where they have to deal with this right now because they want to continue to attack any effort that we may put up in Ukraine. They don't want to. They want to be able to protest a little longer as opposed to dealing with the boots on the ground. If it was threatened by you're going to get in trouble, Brian. Really? What is this? What? What do you mean I'm going to get in trouble?
really sad that people don't want to believe the truth. And I see a lot of people that, call your show this morning is in denial.
Well, I don't think we should have any military personnel over there. I'm sorry, I don't. And I know they keep talking about Hitler and the Sudetenland and all this. I do not want any U.S. involvement in Ukraine. I don't. We just got out of a 20-year war. I don't want another one. But we're not in power right now. We're not in power right now, and those that are in power have gotten us there. So we got to deal with it.
Yeah. It's pretty sad that but I always feared that he was gonna push the button and he was gonna go too far because he's really not a true leader. If you're allow this to happen from the beginning.
Yeah, they're doing this. The way that the White House are doing this is very dishonest. I mean, they're not, as opposed to in the old days, like Ronald Reagan would come out and say, I have sent U.S. forces into Ukraine. That's not what's happening here. We have them doing it without telling us and leaking it through alt news sources, so it slowly gets out of there. So by the time that they have to deal with it in the press briefing room, people already know about it. Hey, listen, I got to run for a break, but thanks for the call. There's only one opening on the board at 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. We'll take our last break of the second hour. Steve Kane will be joining us after the top of the hour break. My name's Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977.
Do you suffer from neuropathy? Maybe you do and you don't even know it. Do you have numbness, pain, burning, or tingling in your hands and feet? Muscle weakness? Loss of balance? Muscle twitching? Are you not sleeping? Does it feel like pins and needles in your hands and feet? Maybe you have no feeling at all. The symptoms can make life unbearable, but there is help at the Lighthouse Medical Center. Call 754-222-6642 for a no-charge consultation and say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. 754-222-6642. Online, lighthousemedicalcenter.com. Brian Craig here. We heard from another loyal listener of the Steve Kane Show, Wisconsin Gary. He and his wife ordered the MyPillow foam mattress, and Wisconsin Gary called in to share their experience.
We ended up buying the MyPillow mattress, and believe it or not, Brian, for 2 days since we've had it, I have gotten the most wonderful night's sleep. First night that we got it, that when we were watching you on the show, that all of a sudden didn't take long. I was already actually snoring in her ear. So that's how quick this mattress has really done for us. So we were really happy that we got this mattress. It's great. It just completely enlightens you in the morning and everything. And it's just an outright great product. We have the foam mattress that we have on here. We just love it.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much. And with the promo code KANE at checkout, KANE, on the MyPillow foam mattress, 30% off, and you get 2 free MyPillows with that, as well as a free set of 100% cotton Giza Dream Sheets, and free shipping with the promo code KANE, KANE. Well, that's a great story, Gary. I appreciate that, and thanks so much. And he's a good MAGA guy there, Wisconsin Gary, with his MyPillow mattress, 30% off with the promo code KANE. You get 2 free MyPillows, a free set of the 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets with the promo code KANE, and free shipping. That's amazing, right? You can also order.
Well, Rolling Rocker, this guy Brian takes calls, so call me up on the air. Roll your rockin' over to your phone and call me on the air. Every line's full right now, but when there's an opening, call in. Call me out. All right, welcome. We're back 8 minutes before 8. I'm not happy about this, by the way. We got new news and information going on. I'm opposed to any U.S. military involvement in Ukraine, but we've got new news today. We have U.S. boots on the ground. This came out yesterday. We have U.S. boots on the ground in Ukraine. I'm not going to live in denial. Well, I don't want to deal with this. I'm going to wait till the fake news tell me so that I can continue to, this is the way it is. We have U.S. boots on the ground in Ukraine. I'm not going to wait for the fake news. The news outlets like Trending Politics that I go to every day are reporting this, okay? So it's the way it is. U.S. boots on the ground. And there's some very troubling things coming out of Ukraine over the weekend. One, Zelensky has banned all political opposition parties. It's being reported there are 11 of them, including the main opposition party, now banned. The main opposition party alone has 450 seats in the Ukraine parliament, I read in the news this morning. I don't know if they still have a vote. Do they still have their seat? We have one-party rule in Ukraine under Zelensky today. That ain't good. We've never done that in this country, even during difficult times, like the Civil War. Also, Zelensky has taken control of all media, print, radio, TV, and online media in Ukraine, and put it under one umbrella under him. No more opposition media, one media outlet on all platforms, on all sources under his control. So we have 100% Zelensky-controlled media, one-party rule, and now we're getting this. So that's what we're talking about today. Every line on the board is lit. Okay? A lot of people are pissed off at me about this. I'm sorry. This is the news. I'm not going to give you the news that makes you feel good like a snowflake. You're MAGA. Butch up. Deal with what we're dealing with. Don't be a whiny snowflake. Okay? Waiting for your Twitch stream to start. Now, every line's lit. I'm going to go to the phones. I've lost track of who called in first and last and everywhere in between. So you may have called in 10 seconds ago. You may have called in 38 minutes ago. I apologize. Bear with me on that. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, Vincent Wellington, man. You're right on point with what you're talking about today, and you're 100% accurate with everything you're presenting to the people. Zelensky is the Kremlin that we're fighting. It's not Putin. This guy taking over his media is exactly what Trudeau did in Canada. Him taking over.
Well, no, excuse me. There are other news outlets in Canada, Post-Millennial, others. This is what they did in the Soviet Union. This is what they did in Cuba. Zelensky has taken over all media. There's only one media outlet now on all platforms, and only one political party now. All the others are outlawed.
Right, with the truckers that they did in Canada, they took over all the power of the parliament, remember, and they tried to do emergency orders, but it didn't work up there for some reason. But this guy, he's got full control of that country right now as they're being attacked, as they're being surrounded, and it's just, he's going to punish his own people. In the light of all of this, it doesn't make sense.
Okay, so now what do we do? Now we have troops on the ground doing advanced operational work in Ukraine, but they have with them Delta Force and SEAL Team forces with them, probably to give them protection in case they're fired upon by Russians.
I mean, this is going to bring us to a different place than I thought we were going to see with this war, but I don't support it. I don't know how anybody.
Well, I don't either. But this is what I keep dealing with on the phones today. I understand you're hearing this first from me. Okay, the fake news will catch up. I don't know if it'll be today or 10 days, but the fake news will catch up. Yeah. Well, I heard about this yesterday. I
agree with you. Like everything you're saying. There's not much that I can disagree with. If we do get into a war with these people, with our troops on the ground, then how do we not support them? We want to see our people die? No. It's not what we want to see.
Yeah.
What other option are they leaving us?
I mean, and what I'm hearing on the phones, and this pains me because these are good, I've talked to good people today. There hasn't been one creep on the phone today, okay? Every caller on the phone since 6, we've had full boards of calls, have been good conservative MAGA people, some of them even veterans and combat veterans. But what I'm hearing is, I've got to wait for the fake news to confirm it. When the fake news confirms it, then I'll deal with it. One person threatened me, I'm going to get in trouble. I'm, spreading the news. Another person accused me of giving out military secrets, which of course I'm not doing. And I'm hearing a lot of conservative MAGA people who want to be able to continue to bash the entire effort and put this off as long as they can and not deal with it. It's denial.
I'll be honest with you, the only way that you're going to really get any treadway with this government is if you use satire against them. Meme wars.
Meme wars. Rolling Rocker,
There's no
pick
other
up
way
the
to-
phone and
there's
call.
no other way to make them look
Coward.
stupid.
Yeah. All right, take care. Thanks for the call. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Open line right now, Rolling Rocker. Call.
Ford, Tampa Bay.
Hey, what's up?
Finally, I can talk about this. Number one, I support the troops 100%. That's the first thing. Second, we've had troops on the ground, especially we had 63rd Infantry Combat Brigade in Ukraine, 150 of Pinellas County troops from here to Tampa Bay. Since January, they were in there, and they were pulled out by the Secretary of Defense back in February, leaving Special Operations Group troops. I could not say anything because it's embargoed by the Secretary.
Well, it's not embargoed anymore.
I know, of course, because Seth Hobbs, he opened his big mouth and showed the Rolling Stones. They're traitors.
Well, your phone's conking out, Ford.
They're traitors. I'm saying traitors.
Who's traitors?
The Rolling Stones, Seth Hobbs, they're traitors.
No, the reason that the Rolling Stone reporter put this out is because the government wants it out. They want it out now, so they've given it to him to report. They put it in a strange guy's hands, an investigative journalist with Rolling Stone, so that they can get it out there softer. The boiling the frog analogy, so that when it breaks in the fake news media, everyone's used to the idea. This is a tactic, a propaganda tactic. That's why they're doing it. Trial balloon, yeah, someone just said. Yeah, Rob.
You did know we had 150 National Guard troops in Ukraine back in January.
No, of course, no. You know more than me, Ford. Feel good? You got okay. I know. You know more than me. All right, great. Jeez. First weirdo of the morning, but I know him personally, so it's okay for me to call him a weirdo. All right, it's 8 a.m. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show, on the radio since 1977. If you're on hold, stand by. And for you snowflakes out there, because on my YouTube chat room, I got a lot of snowflakes tagging me. For you, if you take issue with what I'm doing, there's an opening on the board right now, and you can call me out on the carpet right here live and expose me at 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. For those of you that think I'm clickbaiting or just trying to get people excited to fill up the phones, I don't do that crap. Okay? There's other stories in the news, but this is the big one of the day, and I got to talk about the big one of the day. We'll take a break. If you're on hold, stand by. Steve Kane will be joining us after the top of the hour as well. Back after this.
Covered AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Attention seniors and those who care about them. How would you like to have instant access to a Medicare advocate at the touch of a button? You can for less than $1 a day with I Will Advocates. I Will Advocates will assist you with doctor appointment scheduling, pharmacy issues, billing problems, plan benefits, Medicare applications. They'll even help when you're in the hospital. I Will Advocate clients are family, and they go to bat for their family when you need them the most. Let them be your golden guardians. Contact I Will Advocates right now online at iwilladvocates.com or call them directly. 954-345-1214. No matter where you're located throughout the state of Florida. You've heard Steve Kane, Richie the Bus Driver, and many
Be right
other
back,
Steve
guys.
Kane listeners tell you about the great work Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental Care offers. Steve Kane listener, hey, called in, he had an accident, he went to Dr. Gupta, and he told us his story.
Good morning, Brian. My name's Hank. I'm calling from Hollywood. Brian, I'm calling you for a different thing. About a month or so ago, I called first thing in the morning because I fainted coming out of my bathroom, and I busted my 3 front teeth. I busted my chin, but I guess I fainted, I fell, I cracked my chin, it hit my upper teeth, and cracked my 3 front teeth. I want to thank you, and I really want to thank Dr. Gupta. I mean, besides the fact that my teeth look great, besides the fact that, his assistant is really good, really nice, they're all really nice over there, the price was unbelievable. When I came home and I told my wife, she's like, I thought that thing was going to cost you 3 times as much. I said, so did I. And I just want to thank you. I want to thank you, Dr. Gupta. He's awesome. Appreciate your show. I listen to your show a lot. I only called in because this is the second time. Both times, one was to make sure I'm going to the right office where Dr. Gupta was, and then this one to let you know that he's great. I know you know he's great. I just want your listeners to know he's great. His assistant is great. The prices are great. Everything is great over there.
Awesome. Well, listen, I'm glad you had a great experience with Dr.
Yeah, I did. Thank you again, Brian.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, and thank Steve, and you guys keep up the good work over there. I appreciate it. Dr. Gupta, you keep up the good work, too.
All right, there we go.
So everybody keep up.
All right, I think you guys just heard what will be the new commercial for Dr. Gupta.
Do what Hank did. Call Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental. For Steve Kane listeners, free consultations. And always the best price. Give Dr. Gupta a call
Steve Kane Show.
954-922-4633.
Hold on.
954-922-4633. Attention seniors, protect yourself and your loved ones from losing your hard-earned assets to the government, attorneys, and greedy in-laws. You are invited to attend Attorney Barry Siegel's Living Trust Seminar. It's free and will be held Tuesday, April 12th from 2 to 3 p.m. at the South County Civic Center in Delray Beach. All living trust plans are not created equally. Find out why at Attorney Barry Siegel's free Living Trust Seminar. To make your reservation for this free Living Trust Seminar, call the Siegel Law Group right now. Toll free 1-855-FLA-3782. 855-FLA-3782. Seating will be limited, so call now to reserve your seat. 1-855-352-3782. 1-855-352-3782.
You are listening to South Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll
Oh, my goodness.
Dial 1-888-GO-KANE-1. That's 1-888-GO-KANE-1. And now, here's Steve.
All right. The third hour has begun. 5 minutes after the hour. It's Monday, March 21st, 2022. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show, celebrating 45 years on the radio this year, the Steve Kane Show. Steve joining us. Hey, Steve.
Good morning. How are you?
Okay, I'm getting a lot of resistance from callers today, but you know, we got a lot of new news out of Ukraine, and people don't want to deal with it.
But it's not new to you, though, because you knew about it last night, right?
I did. I did call you, Steve. I did not get an answer. And I called you this morning, too. I did not get an answer. Steve's subtly saying, why didn't I tell him about it? I tried to get a hold of you. And I didn't get an answer. So, but you know now, so there's 3 new stories out of Ukraine, okay? And we only have one opening on the board. Callers, stand by. We will go to your calls momentarily, but I want to recap for people that are just tuning in to the program, okay? There's 3 new news stories out of Ukraine. One, this Rolling Stone reporter yesterday leaked the story, broke the story that we have U.S. boots on the ground in Ukraine. There's a special operations unit doing advanced prep work for a larger U.S. force to enter Ukraine, and they have with them Delta Force and SEAL Team 6, okay? And it's being reported in multiple publications. Rolling Stone is the lead. Everybody else is re-reporting what the Rolling Stone reporter reported with who he says is a credible source. I believe that the government, the White House, gave it to this guy to leak it out to get people used to the idea.
You also have, if I tried to follow it as best I could, you also had...
There's two Zelensky stories, okay? So there's 3 stories today that are new. One, U.S. boots on the ground, U.S. combat personnel on the ground in Ukraine who could be in a position where they're put under fire from Russia and they have to fire back. Zelensky, now 2 other things. Zelensky has done 2 things. One, he has outlawed all political oppositional parties, including his major opposition party, are now illegal in Ukraine. And yes, it is. And one of them, he says they're all Russian connected. Everyone's Russian connected. One of them, just one, the main opposition party I read, this morning. I don't know how many seats are in their parliament, but say they have 450 seats in the Ukraine parliament. We don't know if they still have a vote or their seats. So we have one political party ruling Ukraine now, Zelensky. The second thing Zelensky has done is outlawed all media except for his controlled media, and has taken all media outlets, radio, print, TV, and online, and have them under one media outlet now under his control. So we have one media outlet, one political party, and U.S. boots on the ground. 3 big developments in Ukraine.
And who is the media outlet?
His. I got a story here on it. I'll pull it. I read it earlier, but I'll pull it up and read it to you if you must. But there's one. If I must, if you're not taking. Okay, hold on. I have the story. I just got to pull it up. Just got to give me a minute. But this is all happened over the weekend. So we've got these 3 stories. Okay, this is in Mediaite. Zelensky announced Saturday that Ukraine is combining all TV stations into a singular platform in an effort to combat Russian disinformation. The new platform is named United News.
What you just said. Read to me the last thing you said.
The new platform is named United News. He says the other TV stations have been shut down. There's only one now under his control. All the rest, he says, are spreading Russian disinformation. So we got a lot of new news coming out of Ukraine this morning. And none of it's good. It's all true. What part do you think's not true? I don't know. It's all true. Well, it's all true. I mean, you're getting this first and early here. We're ahead of the game. Okay, but
premium value and accuracy is something.
I've got these stories are in multiple news sources, both liberal and conservative. That I'm Mediaite, Rolling Stone, Trending Politics. I mean, I'm sharing what's in the news. These are sources that I get news and information from all the time. Well, no, these are news outlets that have websites. Yeah, Mediaite. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, it's. Well, we got a full board of calls, so do you want to take some calls? All right, our number.
Somewhat disturbed by.
I'm sorry to be ahead of the game, guys. I apologize for that.
I think the way you presented it, that might be an accurate thing. You were ahead of the game, but I don't really think. I think we put too much of a premium on getting there first.
No, that's not getting there first. I mean, I know I am. Yeah. All right. Okay.
Getting fresh input from the.
Okay. Good morning, call. I thought you would be celebrating U.S. troops on the ground, Steve. Not.
Probably.
Well, I can't answer the phone, Steve. I called you this morning on the way in. I can't. All right, caller, you're on the air. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, you're on the air, caller.
Hi there. How you doing, Steve?
I'm a little pissed this morning
because I didn't. I called you to tell you. You didn't answer the phone, Steve. It's not. I can't answer the phone for. No, not all night. But I called you last night and I called you this morning on the way in. I don't know how many times, Steve. But, I mean, all right, caller, you're on. Steve's not doing well. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Good morning, caller.
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, Steve, how you doing this morning?
Okay.
Hey, that's good. I just wanted to know, all this stuff that's going on over in Ukraine, it's just crazy. A lot of innocent people are dying. Turmoil is to have the United States. The only thing that we're lacking is Donald.
Well, Donald, I'm glad you brought that up because I saw President Trump Saturday and he spoke on this very thing. You were there. Okay, so you were at the Freedom Tour. So what did President Trump say about Ukraine?
This is something that should not have happened. If he would have been in office, it would have never.
Yeah, he said, but he said he did. He said when I was in office, they knew better than to F with us. But he got very specific about what we should do in Ukraine. What did he say?
Well, you know what he said exactly the same thing.
Well, not everybody was there. You were there, I was there, but not everybody listening was there.
Answer my question here is what I'm saying is why did it go so far that our American president?
I don't know. I don't know. But what President Trump said on Saturday, since you don't remember, okay, I do, because I hang on Trump's every word when he speaks. President Trump said that we should support Ukraine. He said we shouldn't be in there militarily, but we can give them help. We can give them military equipment. We can give them money. We can give them aid, and we should do that, he said. But now we have new information this morning that we have troops on the ground.
Exactly, and that should have been done a long time ago. Donald Trump would have been in there. This would.
But he's not. We got to deal with the situation we're dealt with. This is the situation.
And I really hope that he gets elected on 2000.
Yes. All right. Take care. Appreciate the call. You know, what I'm hearing are people just don't want to deal with it until it's in the fake news. That's all I'm hearing today. I'm it's very frustrating. All right. 1-888 GO-CANE 1. We'll take another call. You're on the air. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. You're on the air. Good morning. Oh, my goodness. Are you there, Steve? Is anybody there?
Listening to your comrade reporting the news, she's probably 100% accurate. But you know, when a dove, when a complete dove, okay, an anti boots on the ground guy, a guy doesn't complete a sentence until you come on the air. The first I've heard of Brian reporting the fact that Zelensky said that he's barring all media. Then he told you because he doesn't want Russian disinformation. That's the first time he said that all morning long because he has got a slanted view on this whole damn thing. And he. First
off, that's not true. I've said I may not have used the word disinformation, but I said that Zelensky has said they're all Russian-backed, Russian-connected, the political parties and the media.
And then you told me the bottom line is Russian disinformation. Like Putin got in front of 25,000 people in a stadium the other day, and it was a whole pure lies. The bottom line is I support my troops no matter who's the president of the United States, because I was in Vietnam when the people back here like Brian Craig didn't support us. Okay? And Brian can talk all he wants about boots on the ground and everything else. If we have boots on the ground, we support it. And how long are you going to sit back there and watch a dictator tell people in a whole city, if you don't surrender, we're going to kill every civilian in the place?
Well, what about Zelensky though banning? What about Zelensky banning all political opposition?
How about some of the political?
Well, that's not an answer. That's a question. He has banned the.
Referring to when he says all the opposition.
11 political parties. He's banned all 11 political parties.
That's manipulated. No, I don't buy it. I don't.
Okay, here. Let me read the article. This is okay.
The masters of misinformation, which is Putin. They were. I mean, that's one of the most powerful things Putin has going for him is the propaganda.
Well, what I'm reading from. No. The story about the political parties is from the Times of Israel. The Times of Israel. And the Times of Israel, this is the story. Ukraine's President Zelensky orders the suspension of activities of 11 political parties, which he says has links to Russia. Why do you think that is? Because he says they have links to Russia. The largest of them...
Russia?
Yeah, he's banned 11 political parties.
You're saying is Putin has links to Russia?
No. Let me read it over again. This is the Times of Israel. Ukraine's president, Zelensky, has ordered the suspension of activities of 11 political parties, which he says have links to Russia. The largest of them is the Opposition Platform for Life, which has 44 out of the 450 seats in the country's parliament. Okay, so I was wrong. They have 450 seats in the parliament. The one party has 44 of the 450. So what we don't know about the banned political parties, do they lose their seats in parliament or their votes? What do we have one party rule? Do we have one party rule now?
That is outrageous.
Steve,
It's
here we go
outrageous.
again.
Yes.
This is the first time this morning that your partner, Brian Craig, has actually said that because Zelensky, he gave the...
No, I read that story in the beginning, in the first hour of the show. I read that story.
All you've done is put your spin on it.
Well, you're here now. Put your spin on it. I'm just reading the facts as I'm reading them in the news.
Right, and he knows a little more about Russian disinformation in his country than you do.
Okay.
Hey, that's the bottom line. So
Do you disagree with that, Brian?
I don't know. He could very well be labeling anything Russian disinformation to get rid of it. I don't know. Maybe he's right. No. There's propaganda on both sides. There is propaganda on both sides. But what I've been...
Seem disturbed by the stuff that Zelensky said.
Well, because the Zelensky is who we're allied with.
You see people getting slaughtered in the streets?
Yes.
What's wrong with you? I'm point blank asking you about...
Well, I don't believe... because I do not believe that we should have one party rule and one news outlet. I don't think all
wartime again when you...
We don't do that in this country.
Russian infiltrated.
In this country, we didn't. In the worst of times during wars, we didn't ban political parties.
We put Japanese people behind bars, right?
No, we did not. We put Americans of Japanese descent in internment camps. Yeah, and that was a bad thing, wasn't it?
It was a terrible thing, but it was done. It was done for the security of the.
Oh, for the security. Oh, I see. So one party rule is for the security.
You know, you are such a If I told you in the street, you are one hell of a woods. How about I'm going to throw this at you real quick. How about the people that went into the World Trade Center to try to save people? I guarantee you, Brian Craig would have run away from it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Well, what am I gonna? I gotta let him blow off some steam. He's pissed. All right. Listen. There's only one opening on the board where Richie the bus driver was. I mean, everyone's pissed at me today. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't get it. All right. Our number 1-888 Kane 1. There's only one opening on the board at 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631.
Attention seniors and those who care about them. How would you like to have instant access to a Medicare advocate at the touch of
Steve Kane Show.
You can for less than $1 a day with
Hold on.
Advocates. I Will Advocates will assist you with doctor appointment scheduling, pharmacy issues, billing problems, plan benefits, Medicare applications. They'll even help when you're in the hospital. I Will Advocate clients are family, and they go to bat for their family when you need them the most. Let them be your golden guardians. Contact I Will Advocates right now online at iwilladvocates.com or call them directly 954-345-1214. No matter where you're located throughout the state of Florida or nationwide, 954-345-1214. 954-345-1214.
We've got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Do you suffer from neuropathy? Maybe you do and you don't even know it. Do you have numbness, pain, burning, or tingling in your hands and feet? Muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching. Are you not sleeping? Does it feel like pins and needles in your hands and feet? Maybe you have no feeling at all. The symptoms can make life unbearable, but there is help at the Lighthouse Medical Center. Call 754-222-6642 for a no-charge consultation and say goodbye to your neuropathy. neuropathy symptoms. 754-222-6642. Online, lighthousemedicalcenter.com.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for...
All right. Now, Steve, you're 2 weeks in your neuropathy treatment. How's it going?
It is unbelievable. I never dreamed, what you hear. I've suffered from this silently, I might add. I haven't gone public with it, but I've been suffering with neuropathy for a long time. And boy, I gotta tell you, all you hear about neuropathy is it's incurable, there's nothing anyone can do about it. Let me tell you, these folks, these doctors at
Oh, yeah.
there is a major difference in what's going on with my feet. Much of the pain and discomfort, and it also does affect balance. It really is an incredible program.
Yeah, and you said that you were noticing results after the first treatment.
Yes. I mean, it was more pronounced after the first week or two. Obviously, the longer you go with it, the more you give itself, the more dramatic the results are. But I go every Tuesday. I'm there about 1 o'clock. Because I don't drive.
Yeah. Well, let me give out the contact information and tell people another thing. This is an amazing thing. Okay, Lighthouse Medical Center, where Steve is going for this really life-changing neuropathy treatment, is located in Pompano, near Atlantic and Federal. Lighthouse Medical Center, with the same family, has been in practice for 75 years in Pompano. So this is a long... It's like a founding family here in Broward County. That's a long time ago. And when you mention you heard them on the Steve Kane Show, it's a no-charge consultation. So I'm going to give out the number now. If you missed this number or any of our sponsors, they are listed on the sponsor page at stevekaneshow.com. But here's the number: 754-222-6642. 754-222-6642, and online, lighthousemedicalcenter.com. But again, mention you heard them on the Steve Kane Show, so you get that free, no-charge consultation at Lighthouse Medical Center, and say goodbye to your neuropathy. All right, one opening on the board at 1-888-GO-KANE. 1, you're on the air. Yeah.
Thank you, Richie, for your eloquent call.
Attack? That was eloquent? Oh, my God. Well, for Richie, I guess. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Sarah. I'm calling from Idaho.
Sarah from Idaho. What's up?
Well, I have a couple of points to make about what's happening in Ukraine that I think a lot of people are forgetting about. One, our former vice president.
Okay. We know about that. Yeah, the laptop, we know he's got a lot of dealings in Ukraine. But we've got new information today that I'd like you to deal with, okay? We got the new information is it's being reported in multiple sources that we have U.S. boots on the ground, military personnel, including Special Forces, Delta Force, and SEAL Team forces inside Ukraine doing operational prep work, obviously for a larger U.S. force that's coming in. So now that we have boots on the ground, as conservatives, when this happened in Iraq, conservatives said the debate over the war is over now. We have boots on the ground. Are we in that situation now? Yes or no?
Asking a lot of questions. Telling the media, right?
Correct. He's taken over the media. Correct.
Right, and so like Sunday.
There's only one media outlet now in Ukraine under Zelensky's control. He has shut down all dissent in the media. Yes, that is true.
So he started with Russian.
The dissent is Putin, for crying out loud. When you say he's taking out all the
Yeah.
about the fact that Putin, the other side of this that you're sticking up for is Putin.
I'm not sticking up for Putin. I'm just saying. Now, we don't know we don't know what these other media outlets were.
Check it with the caller. Ma'am, do you think he's sticking up for Zelensky?
Here's what I find alarming. I'm not sticking up for either side because I don't feel like we're truly getting the whole story about what's going on.
Oh, that's for sure.
I see that on Saturday, by Sunday, not only Russian-backed media, but all independent Ukrainian media was shut down by Zelensky.
Really?
Now we have U.S. troops. Yeah, it's in a Yahoo News article.
Mm.
And now, with us having U.S. troops on the ground, to me that's alarming because we're only going to see what their narrative shows us.
It's reconnaissance.
What is their motive behind that?
Yeah.
Independent media, that's an issue. I can understand shutting down Russian-backed media, but when you shut down all media except for
and the 11 political parties, that's a problem too. I mean, there's no political. We didn't do that in this country. You know, in the Civil War, the Democrats led an insurrection known as the Confederacy. Lincoln had to run against a Democrat for re-election during the Democrat insurrection of the Civil War. You know, so I mean, this is unheard of in the free world what Zelensky's doing. But we have U.S. military personnel on the ground right now. So if
alarmed by that, we should be alarmed. I have a son who's serving right now, and so I have a vested interest in what's going on over there. And to think that we are going to be shown, and we all know that Zelensky, he's a controlled puppet. I mean, I think that he may have a good heart, but I don't think that he understands the enormity of what's going on within his own country.
Well,
probably after having all those bombs thrown at him, I'm sure he understands it better than we do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't think that any of us can truly understand until we're in that position.
Mm-hmm.
But I think...
But there's a pattern with Brian. But if you listen to the show on a regular basis, you'll find that any chance he gets, he'll throw in a barb at...
These aren't barbs, Steve. This is the news.
Between Zelensky and Putin, you have to be...
Steve, but this is the news. I'm just sharing what's in the news today. He did these things. This is... Yes. These...
For you.
Go ahead.
Steve, I have a question. How would you feel if the United States was under attack and all of a sudden Joe Biden said, okay, Fox News, you're out of here. Anybody who's conservative is out of here. And only CNN and NBC are allowed to report the news.
I don't relate to that question. What is that got to do? What are you saying? Just try to help me understand. I'll leave an open mind. Try to help me understand.
Caller, hold on, caller, slow down. Let Steve talk.
Okay.
Do you, caller, as you listen to Brian, do you think, based on what he's saying, that he creates a moral equivalence between Zelensky and Putin? The answer to that is yes.
I don't think that he creates a moral...
Steve, I'm not even talking about Putin today. I'm talking about 3 stories out of Ukraine that are true. The U.S. advance team, the banning of the opposition media, and the 11 political parties. It's just breaking this morning. Okay, the other, but I mean, I can't. I mean that these are the. I'm not even talking about Putin. I'm just talking about what Zelensky, what's happened in Ukraine over the weekend.
It's the opposition party that they keep.
There's 11 of them. 11 of them. They said it's been reported.
Putin, right?
He said that's what Zelensky says. They're Russian backed.
And in fact, one of those opposition parties that he's claiming is Russian backed has actually come out against the Russian invasion of Ukraine. So it's, you know, I mean, they've come out publicly.
I mean, it looks like I'm not even. It looks like Zelensky setting him. All right, final call that agrees with Steve. Okay, all right. Listen, we're going to take a break here for the bottom of the hour. You're listening to the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian. This is Florida's longest-running radio show, the Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. Our number is toll-free from anywhere, 1-888-GO-KANE-1.
I love my MyPillow towels.
Be right back,
Unlike
guys.
other towels, the MyPillow towel absorbs. They're soft to the touch. They come with a 10-year warranty, a 60-day money-back guarantee. Mike Lindell says towels that actually work. What a concept. But don't just take my word for it. Christine from Pennsylvania called live on the radio and shared her experience with her MyPillow towels.
I was just going to say, I bought the MyPillow, my towels, a couple weeks ago, and they are fabulous. They are the best towels I've ever used. They're just the right amount of thickness. They're not too thin, they're not too thick, and they're a great length. They're like longer than your average towel, and they are fabulous, luxurious.
You know, what's amazing to me about the MyPillow towels, Mike Lindell's a genius with his invention. It absorbs the water, and the towel's not soaking wet after.
Yes, exactly.
You know, other towels, the water just kind of lays on top of them. They don't absorb it, and you're just smothering water, smearing it around on your body. Now with the MyPillow towels, what color did you get?
I got the sage green.
Ooh,
But
yeah.
I'm going to order because I love purple, and I'm going to have to get a purple.
Yeah, my wife's ordering the purple too. She says it doesn't match our bathrooms, but she likes the purple anyway, so we're getting purple. Exactly. All right, Christine, thank you so much. The MyPillow towels are normally $109.99, but with our promo code at checkout, Kane, K-A-N-E, just $39.99. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879, promo code Kane.
Hi, Tom Laporta here.
So I'm getting back to my water. I've cut my coffee back in half. Just started this morning. This is a day's worth of water, and I've gotten through. I'm right here in the bottle. Okay, but I'm so dehydrated.
Types of roofs, from asphalt, clay, and concrete, standing metal seam, flat roofs, and slate.
By tomorrow, I won't be able to get through it so quick.
Restoration offers complete envelope protection to include siding, stucco, concrete restoration, impact windows and doors, weatherproofing, and painting. Laporta Contracting serves single-family, multifamily, HOAs, and commercial properties. Call Laporta Contracting today for a free evaluation and estimate, and go to our website to see our team and past customer videos at laportacontracting.com. Our number is 954-604-4602. That number again is 954.
No, it's water from my refrigerator. From the water dispenser in my refrigerator.
Attention seniors, protect yourself and your loved ones from losing your hard-earned assets to the government, attorneys, and greedy in-laws. You are invited to attend Attorney Barry Siegel's Living Trust Seminar. It's free and will be held Tuesday, April 12th from 2 to 3 p.m. at the South County Civic Center in Delray Beach. All living trust plans are not created equally. Find out why at Attorney Barry Siegel's free Living Trust Seminar. To make your reservation for this free Living Trust Seminar, call the Siegel Law Group right now. Toll free 1-855-FLA-3782. 855-FLA-3782. Seating will be limited, so call now to reserve your seat. 1-855-352-3782. 1-855-352-3782.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just
All right, welcome back. I'm Brian. Steve Kane is here. By the way, you know, I was at the Trump event Saturday, Steve, and yeah, and I ran into so many Steve Kane Show listeners. I mean, it was amazing. I mean, they should have had us up on stage, Steve, talking, because it was like our fan base, and it was good to see all of you there, and it was a great event. And President Trump, Steve, he is the first person to be president of the United States who actually looks younger when they leave office. He looks so good. He just looks spectacular, and he was spot on talking about all the issues of the day. All right, there's only
Preparing for something.
he looked great. Oh my goodness. So did Don Jr., all the rest. But President Trump, you know, like when Obama left office, he was like a gray-haired old man. Trump actually looks younger today than when he came down the escalator, when I saw him on Saturday at the event, and it was his best speech ever. No doubt about that. Okay, there's only one opening on the board at 1-888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. I have lost track of who called when, what, when, where, and all this stuff, and all the calls are screenless for those that are new to the show. So I'll try to take them in the order in which they were received, but I've lost track, so let's just go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning, caller. Once. Yes, you're on the air.
My name is Jules. I'm from Boca Raton.
Jules in Boca Raton. What's up, Jules?
I want to thank you. I get up at 6 o'clock every morning. I can't wait to listen to you because I learn something from you every single day.
Yeah. Great.
I also feel that there are people in this world like you who, when they hear news, they knew and they can interpret it correctly and they know what's going to happen.
Wow.
I feel you and Trump are the same way.
Yes, just there's the only difference between us is it's a small difference. It's a $10 billion difference. But other than that, we're just the same.
Yes, I believe that. I think.
Yeah. All right, I appreciate. All right, okay. There's one opening on the board. Oh man. Okay, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Georgia.
Georgia. All right, Georgia. You're on the air.
Well, all these people acting like we got to go to Ukraine like they lost something there. Did you lose something there, Brian?
Yeah.
Did you lose your wallet?
Yes, that's what it's all about. It's my lost wallet. Yes.
Yeah, and the Zelensky is. I don't care what they say. Zelensky's up better than Putin to me. He is just as corrupt. He had a chance to turn over.
You agree with Brian then?
He doesn't know who he agrees with, Steve. He doesn't know.
To a certain extent, yes.
Yeah.
I don't. If you're so eager to go over there and fight, why send young people, Mr. Steve? You're an old man. Go over there and fight. Go get you.
Oh yeah.
Hey, don't bust your head in there when you go there.
Oh, okay. So you must be. This is interesting. You said if can you stop doing whatever you're rattling around there, whatever that noise is? Your marbles? Yeah, it's marbles. I think. Yeah. Okay. So what you're suggesting? This is interesting. You're a MAGA guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come first.
Okay, slow down. I don't need the whole resume of patriotism. You're a MAGA guy. That's enough. We know what that means. Okay, we're all MAGA here. Steve's MAGA. I'm MAGA. You're MAGA.
Can I just clarify one thing? Are you in the? If we boil this down to two sides, Zelensky and Putin, whose side do you in this?
Whose side are you on?
Which side are you on?
Wait, but there's a third option. I'm on nobody's side. I'm on my side.
Oh, okay. Well, wait, that's brilliant. So you have no position. Yeah. Well, this is what. Well, I do care. Now listen, caller. Now that. Yeah, he has a position. Now, well, I want to. Wait. Now that the caller has gotten a hold of his marbles, literally, because I'm not hearing them anymore. You know what you said to Steve is if he supports U.S. military action in Ukraine, he should volunteer at his age to go and fight. That's an interesting statement. So you must not be pro-life. Well, wait a minute. How can you be pro-life? You're not a woman, are you? You can't become pregnant. So why are you voicing an opinion on pregnancy if you can't be pregnant to be consistent with your attack on Steve?
No, I don't. I believe that if people believe that there's something there's wrong, and you believe you
Oh, no. You said for Steve to voice his position on Ukraine, he must be willing to go there. All right, appreciate the call. Oh, my goodness. By the way, I think everyone should have an opinion on abortion. I'm just saying that the caller was inconsistent. All right, and let me clarify before we go back to the calls, okay? What I'm sharing today is just the news. I've taken no position. The way that this show began at 6 was now that we have boots on the ground that are confirmed, okay, we have military personnel on the ground in Ukraine, is time for debate over Ukraine over, because this is how Iraq started, okay? There was... I'm still wrapping my head around it. I'm asking the listeners. I'm asking if it is. You know, because when... I don't know, Steve. I'm still thinking about it. But what I'm saying is when the Iraq War began, it was exactly like this. There was a big debate in the country, like we've had for the past few weeks over Ukraine, right? And then we got a story, like we have today, that an advanced team of operational military personnel are in Iraq. And then when that... Yeah, it's not reconnaissance. No, it's not reconnaissance. They're doing it. The story that's out there is they're doing advanced work to prep. They're doing prep work where they're going to, more than that. It's more than that. They're setting up where our guys are going to be based.
Reconnaissance.
They didn't even use the word reconnaissance. That's your word. Okay, but Steve, we're arguing where there's no disagreement. You're arguing over where a comma is in a sentence, and let me just get the thought. When this happened in Iraq, we got a same story came out of Iraq, 2003. Special Forces, an operational advanced group is in Iraq. When that happened, conservatives said the time for debate is over. We have boots on the ground. And you know what? Even liberals said that for a brief time. So we're at that.
The situation here.
It is. It is. We have boots on the ground in Ukraine. So I'm asking the question: is time for debate over? Is time for debate over now that boots are on the ground? Now listen, we got a full board of calls. We're going to take our last break, come back with the gold report, the first gold report of the week, and your calls, so don't go anywhere. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian, back after this.
AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Dr. Matez here from the Biostation West Delray. Many of you are familiar with the famous erection injection, an extremely effective treatment for erectile dysfunction made popular right here on the Steve Kane Show. I'm here to tell you that the erection injection is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the extensive array of treatment options now available at the Biostation West Delray. Our custom compounded products yield combinations and dosages that increase the efficacy of Viagra and Cialis greatly. We also offer treatments that can correct the problem at its source, such as PRP and sound wave pulse therapies that restore your natural function. State-of-the-art testing and the most current treatment options all available in one place, the Biostation West Delray. If you want to correct your erectile problems once and for all, call us at 561-320-8893. That's 561-320-8893.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers. Whatever car or truck you have, I can get you incredible deals on any tire.
Oh man, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. And everyone, please like the video. If you like and click that notification bell, that tells the YouTube algorithm to share this video with other people that don't know about this channel or me. And that helps spread the word about the channel and everything that we do here. So if you could click the notification bell, and subscribe, that would be awesome. A lot of birds flying outside today. All right, we are back. I'm Brian, Steve Kane here, and it is time to check in with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated in Boca for the first look at gold and the precious metals for the week. William Youngerman, how are the metals looking this morning?
Looking very good, Brian. Metals are very solid above 1900 and pretty much showing a good support around $1,920. Last week we saw gold close down on Friday after trading as high as $1,946 at $1,921.90. That was up $20. They're down $20.50. Silver closed down the week 40 cents at $24.98, trading as high as $25.54. Platinum closed unchanged on Friday at $1,023, and palladium was down $28 at $2,419 the ounce. Right now we got gold up $3.10 at $1,925 the ounce. Silver $25, up 2 cents. Platinum up $2 at $1,025, and palladium up $41 at $2,460 the ounce. Oil moving back up after touching under $100 last week, back up to $109, gaining over $4 this morning. That's pretty much where we're starting off.
Now, of course, at William Youngerman, you don't just sell the metals, you also buy them. Can you tell people listening, because, at these prices, I know a lot of people might need some cash or might want to turn some things that are gathering dust into maybe some coins. What are some things that you do appraisals on that people can turn into coins, turn into money over at William Youngerman's?
Yeah, certainly. For over 50 years, we've made a good two-way market in both all precious metals, but also in collectibles. We buy all of the different items that are rare coins, precious metals, jewelry, pocket watches, vintage watches, Rolexes, all these things you can turn into instant cash. And for our Steve Kane listeners, you always get a free.
And that goes for ugly, out-of-date jewelry as well. That it could be, if it's made out of the metals, that's money right there. And you can turn it into cash, or a really cool thing to do is turn it into coins, so you can continue to hold that asset and monitor its value. William Youngerman, his store is located right here in Boca at 150 East Palmetto Park Road on the first floor of the Bank of America building, just east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto. You can call, they open at 10 o'clock, 1-800-327-5010, 1-800-327-5010, and online, WilliamYoungerman.com. All right, William Youngerman, we will touch base tomorrow.
Strong buyers of diamonds, if you have it.
Ooh, really?
You have the foreign exchange department that trades over 60 different currencies. If you're
Wow, that's a new one. Thanks so much. I did not know that. Take care. All right, diamonds. All right. There's only one opening on the board, so I guess you all want to talk to us. So let's go to the phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi. Well, pardon me, I gargled with gravel this morning, and I can tell you that I'm a research analyst. So I've been researching Russia, and what I discovered is that the mayor of Moscow,
Hunter Biden money.
Money, I don't know what.
Yeah, millions of dollars. Yes, that's true. Millions of dollars. Yes.
Ukraine, remember Devin Archer, Tony Bobulinski, Hunter Biden, and Chris Hines worked at...
Okay, well, this is... Everything you've said is true, but it's old news.
Right, but I want to tell you why it's happening, all right? You just have to be patient. So, China wants to buy oil from Russia.
They're doing that. They're buying oil from Russia right now at an incredibly discounted rate. Iran has. All right, I appreciate the call. I don't, Iran has their own oil. All right, 1-888. Go. Sorry to be short with the lady, but we're short on time, and that was not a short conversation. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. Once, twice. I guess they were offended. We let the lady go, but that's life. No, this is this is the deal, okay? And when we talk about boots on the ground, there comes a point where if the United States is involved in combat operations, there comes a point, regardless of how you feel about a military conflict, that you've got to get behind it. One of the crimes that the liberals have committed was the disgusting anti-war movement during the war in Vietnam, when there were soldiers being killed every day in Vietnam, and the left were, telling other soldiers to even do it, right? Frag, all that stuff. So as conservatives, as MAGA people, now that we have boots on the ground, we got to start looking at things in Ukraine in a bit of a different way. That doesn't mean that we support the war effort over there, because I don't think U.S. ground forces should be in Ukraine, but it doesn't matter what I think. They're there now. And this is an advanced team that's preparing to bring in a larger force. Probably this buildup in Poland is all about that, Steve. Wouldn't you agree? Well, none of us know. We're only speculating. But our number, 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. Good morning. I'm wondering if this is Anita from AJ's Natural Wellness Shop, because I'm looking at the clock. Good morning. Yes. What's your name?
New listener, I don't feel like we should have troops on the ground over there in Ukraine. And when it just seems like a lot of people are maybe even realizing how serious it could be that we do have troops on the ground over there. I mean, getting overly involved, it's just, I don't want to have a World War III. I'm out for, like Trump says, for rights and support, of aid to the people. The situation could escalate very seriously.
No doubt. No doubt.
And it does, because, you know, a lot of the callers or a lot of, you know, even friends in my own life, well, you know, I listen to the news. I don't think people realizing, like, how serious, really serious this is.
Yeah. Well, listen, we're running short on time, but I appreciate call. You know, when I was at the Trump rally on Saturday, there's a lot of division among Trump supporters as to what we should be doing in Ukraine, okay? And I saw people wearing MAGA hats that had T-shirts on that said "Save Ukraine" with the Ukrainian flag on them at the event. And there are a lot of us who don't think we should be involved militarily. But what I'm trying to tell you this morning is we are now. And we got to deal with not what should be and how did this happen. And they're there because Biden, who's not happy about it, but he's the commander-in-chief right now, authorized it. And there's been a massive U.S. military buildup inside Poland in the past couple of weeks, and they're doing advance work for that. And this very well may be why we don't have the MiGs handed over yet. Maybe the part of this advanced team is to set up a situation where they can have the plane. Because I've been hearing that one of the reasons the jets have been held up is that the Ukrainians don't have the ability to maintain them on the ground over there. Now, there's some other news that I was, if it wasn't for this, would have been a big portion of today's show. The great Clarence Thomas has been hospitalized. Have you heard this? Oh my gosh. Well, that is not good news. I mean, obviously we want to pray for the health of Clarence Thomas, but you know, the Democrats are gearing up for impeachment talks against Clarence Thomas. I'm not saying they'd be successful with that, but his wife went to the Trump rally on January 6th. And the liberal media have been talking about this quite a bit. And, you know, they're trying to create a vacancy, another vacancy for Biden on the court with Clarence Thomas's wife. And now that Clarence Thomas is in the hospital, you're gonna start to hear a lot of very negative things about Clarence Thomas starting real quick, because the Democrats are very excited by this very sad news about Clarence Thomas this morning. Well, Steve, we are out of time. You want to sign us off?
You sign us off today.
Okay, all right. Steve's not feeling well today, but we'll be back tomorrow. All right, you're listening to the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977, celebrating 45 years on the radio this year. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow, bright and early at 6 a.m.
On the line, we have Janet Cimarelli with AJ's Natural in the Festival Marketplace with the Morning Health Report. Janet Cimarelli, good morning.
Good morning. Tell everybody about the...
All right, guys. Hey, listen, thanks for watching. I got to run. Make sure that if you're not, you subscribe. Everyone, before you go, like the video and click the notification bell. That helps me out so much, guys. And I pinned a link right there to the top. Debbie, everybody knows Debbie from the chat. She's been in this chat room for a long, long time and very active. She has a GoFundMe up there I pinned. She lost her mother over the weekend, and she's put together a GoFundMe to help with the funeral expenses. So if you can help her with that, please do. If not, don't feel obligated if you can't. But if you can, click that link and help out Debbie and her family and her mom that she just lost a couple days ago. All right, guys? All right, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon.